Oh,
You are
hi.
live. Hello.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Oh my God. How good. We're here again today. Thank you for logging on and joining us today. Um, this is live with Ya, and we're here to read a chapter out of Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, which is written by FODA ATTOBRAH, as we always do on Sundays. And
Yes.
today we're on page 110, and the topic is Hannah's story.
Yeah. I'm
Hannah's,
going to share into groups for a bit while you.
I start reading.
No, I mean while you do your
Oh, okay.
to make the castle
And
before.
also, it is Hannah's story is a story of pain and endurance. So we're going to be talking about going through pain, enduring pain, and how to actually do that, and how what parts God plays in it. And yeah, so actually, I'm done with the intro.
Okay.
So so well, we're going to read not paragraph by paragraph today. We're going to go through almost all of it, and then we'll break, talk about it, and you can contribute. You can ask questions in the comments down below, and if you want to join us on here, you can also ask for the link, and we'll share it to you so you can join us and actually contribute on here with us. If you don't want to do that, you can also contribute just in the comments below. Okay, so I'd like to start now.
Okay. Just one more and I'll be.
Okay, so Hannah's story, page 110. The story of Hannah is one of pain and deep yearning. Hannah is one of the two wives of Elkanah, the Ephraimite. The name of the other wife in this account is Peninnah. Hannah was constantly tormented by Peninnah because she had no children. Before I continue, let me digress a bit. Now, who would name their twin girls Hannah and Peninnah? Yeah, that's something.
Oh, just me thinking.
Yeah. Just a silly thought. Me and my quirky sense of humor. Yeah, you have that a lot. For those who know me very well, yeah. I just have the feeling that Peninnah would be scarred for life, for she would always be viewed as the bad side of the good and bad duo. Hannah by itself is a gracious name for a girl, hands down. Okay, where was I now? Oh, yes, Hannah's torment. The one thing Hannah desired with all her heart was to bear a child. However, the Bible tells us that God had closed her womb. This is the second instance in the Bible that I'm aware of where God closed someone's womb. In
Yeah,
these,
please. Yeah, me take a break, me church and kakra.
oh, okay,
Hello everyone. Hello, Pastor P.
Hi, Pastor B.
Uncle, welcome. Oh, hi Sheila, welcome. Hello, Marie. Nice to have you on.
Oh,
Okay, carry
okay.
on. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. So, in these two instances, the women whose wombs were closed were dearly loved by their husbands. Rachel was the other loved wife. Peninnah and Leah were the unloved wives. What lessons can we learn from these two accounts? Think about this for a minute, will you? It is God who closed the wombs of these two women and not a witch or some evil person. It goes to show that we cannot have everything in life. The loved wives had what the unloved wives yearned for,
Hello, Mr. G.
the love of their husbands. Welcome, Mr. G. God blessed the unloved wives with children to make up for the lack of love from their husbands. The unloved wives had something the loved wives could not have, children, which was their reward from God to make up for the bitterness stemming from being unloved in their marriages. Marriage is a beautiful institution created by God. It can be full of pain when the right ingredients are missing, especially when we come into these relationships with all kinds of unreasonable expectations which are not based on godly principles. Sometimes perceptions are created by others that marriage is so blissful when it is not. You may feel that you're the only one with problems in your marriage, but it is all across the board. Marriage is hard work, really, not the bed of roses that we have created in our minds. If only we would come to that place where we can share our experiences and encourage one another. How wonderful that would be. Oh, yes, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Well, what do you think? Thank God that Hannah was a praying woman. She learned to channel the anguish of her barrenness into prayer, so much so that Eli, the priest, thought she was drunk. There comes a time and a place that your situation must force you to your knees to pray and move these mountains blocking your path. Boy, did she pray and make a vow of dedication to God. If only He would grant her heart's desire. It came to pass that God answered Hannah's prayer. She bore a son and named him Samuel, saying, because I have asked for him from the Lord. Whoa, that's a lot.
So start to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's really a lot. Um, Sheila, would
Yes,
you
sis.
would you start and tell us like what were you thinking when you read that?
Oh, the
Chapter?
only part that got me stopped, the part I highlighted, is when the when the right ingredients are missing.
Yeah.
I don't know if as soon as I got a link yesterday, as soon as that was the only part that got my attention. And my question I was asking myself was, what could have been the ingredient that was missing? And asking that, asking myself,
Mm-hmm.
what would have been the ingredient missing, and what would have been the ingredient that I couldn't add to spice it up? And that is because
Hello,
I'm
Sage.
asking myself, and that's because I'm asking myself a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Did I not pray enough?
Hmm.
Auntie is
Ask
so
again.
smart.
We all
Auntie is so smart enough to always put the right quotations
oh
there.
I don't know.
And
haven't done.
so, if you find yourself in that situation, of course, I think you'll be asking yourself, did I pray enough?
Mhm.
Did I spice it up enough? And the thank you, Auntie, yeah, for making us know that
Hey,
it's
Thinking
all
not
have to be
easy.
a spice up.
she gets up
But then
thinking
if
a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Sorry.
but that being said, if you are spicing it up and it's still not tasting good, then what do you do?
Well, when you were talking about spicing it up, what I was even thinking is the way you are talking, it almost sounds like is the question that I'm going to ask from that is everything up to us, the women, though?
Thank you. Because
Like,
if the
it's
ingredient,
worrisome to me. I'm just asking.
well, but yeah, but Auntie, yeah, you said ingredients are missing. And the reason
Yeah,
why the question goes to the women is we add the ingredients, right? We
we were.
spice. We it's like women that have to spice it up. It's like
No,
we hold the
No.
ingredients.
When you say women have to, it's our cultural where
Mentality.
where we are from. That's the expectation. We've put that on ourselves.
Okay.
But when we're looking at it broadly, like we're talking about across the board, everybody, So the
Right.
right ingredients, it could be that you've come and you are not mature. You think that, oh, hey, Harry Fairy, Pollyanna, Pollyanna, kind of, um, everything is going to be hunky dory. I'm supposed to get married. It's time. I've gotten married. So, Prince Charming has come and it should be lovey dovey. And then you forget that we're all from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So that in itself is like, I mean, when we talk about ingredients, maybe you are the same, you have the same outlook, same mindset, that type thing. But what if you don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm throwing a lot of questions around, but it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Right.
Well, um, Hannah prayed,
Hmm.
and because I have asked him from the Lord,
Mm.
so Hannah is now confirmed that okay, I got a child, and
Hmm.
this is the reward. And Hannah is trying to let us know that the prayer works.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So if in this case I failed, my prayer did not work.
Okay.
Okay, I see what you're
You
saying. Yeah.
see,
Mhm.
well, auntie, yeah. So I'm gonna, I'm auntie number two, auntie
Oh,
the big one, and then auntie number two. So auntie number two, you see, if do you agree with me in this case? In this case, I failed. I
no.
didn't get mad. I didn't get married early. I still for a while. I, I'm in my 40s. I'm 41.
Mhm.
I have 9 and 6, meaning I'm late because my mate, I'm a godmother of 4 children, and and all those four are my mates' children, and they are
Mhm.
23, 20, and all that, right? So
Mhm.
to me, I count myself among the late ones.
Mhm.
So meaning I took my time and I prayed. For
Mhm.
example, the late Barbara got married at the age of 22. At the age of that 22, marriage was the last thing in my mind.
Mhm.
Okay. So if after waiting for that long and then 10 years, I still couldn't succeed, the reason why I'm saying this is because Hannah got what she wanted.
Yeah, she did, but I don't, how I want to put it is that yes, you prayed, but if things didn't succeed, sometimes it's not all your fault. There could have been other circumstances. So,
Failure, actually.
and I know too that in our culture or society, we tend not to accept, we don't accept that sometimes things may not work. You look at how if you are divorced or a marriage breakup, what happens, right? But we have to be realistic that sometimes things happen and even God is not going to hold it over your head. You tried every avenue. Let's say you've tried every avenue and it wasn't going to work, or depending what the situation was, nobody knows. But sometimes what we do is we sit behind and then we pass judgment.
Right.
So it's not, I wouldn't like, I hear what you are saying because sometimes, yeah, we pray and God doesn't answer. So we're like, okay, what is that about? Where are you? Do you hear me? Like today in our church, the pastor was talking about in the silence when God is not hearing you. And
Mm.
then you go, what's going on? It can make you upset or you can walk away. But he's saying that faith and doubt can coexist because in the doubt, that's when you press into your faith so it's a fine line.
And I
Yeah,
also,
do you have Mhm.
yeah, yeah, I want to add my like an example for myself. I, I, the marriage I'm in right now, I got married in 2017, and before that, I was 40, like I was 42. You're 41. I was divorced before then, but it doesn't mean that when I was in that marriage, I did pray. It just didn't work out, and I felt that in order for me to move on in life, I had to come out of that. and that marriage lasted for a while. So it's not like I didn't try or I didn't pray. You pray, but if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. And I believe that we all meet for yeah, a season, or like there's a reason we all meet people. So I don't know why it didn't work, but I know that God loves me. He was with me, and He's still with me. And if I look at the marriage I'm in now and what has happened in the marriage, I think I was supposed to be here
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't know God. Now he does. His family does. Like, things are just falling into place that it's really like I don't know.
You
So
you feel like you are at the right place
yeah,
now.
Mm-hmm.
and when I was going through the divorce and even before I got married, I didn't think that things would work, or like I would marry again, even because it was tough. But now that things are happening, I'm able to go back and say maybe this is where I'm supposed to be, because
Mm-hmm.
God has a plan for everything, and if we
Mm-hmm.
trust Him, He'll put whatever that has to be put in place for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Also, not to think about the marriage failing as your failure. It's not your failure.
I well, I keep I I just don't know why I should fail.
You didn't
And
fail, and
at one point in time, I'm refusing to accept it that I fail in that aspect. So
yeah, the marriage failed.
I keep
I
blaming it on my fail. I fail,
know.
even I fail. And I just have this belief that if you accept that you fail, then you can be able to press on and do better. So, so I'm I'm
That is
holding
when it's
holding.
true that you know that you failed. If you've assessed it and you feel that okay, I was falling short. So where
Mhm,
was I falling short?
mhm,
Yeah, that's fine. But if you let it hang over your head that
mhm.
you're a failure in that aspect, it's not good to do that. Okay. And
Yeah.
also to
Thank you,
remember
Pastor.
your
Thank you, Pastor
Yes.
P, because Auntie added it here that Hannah torments.
yes.
And Auntie actually made it
Yes.
right clear over there. The key, Auntie is such an awesome writer.
Yes.
Oh, oh my gosh, my
It's
head
like,
is
oh,
getting bigger.
you have to embrace it. And the little, he doesn't say it, made it too big, whereby I have to be going on writing the meanings here and there. It's like he just put it there, try to make it that simple that you don't have to be struggling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
one hell
Yeah.
of a person that will go and be trying to find all the possible meanings and possible
Okay.
meaning of it. So if you put it that simple for me, it's kind of sink in the.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Hannah persuaded.
Mm-hmm.
She prayed harder.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you are not that much of a religious, you can also find another way to which can suit you best. It shouldn't necessarily sit based on the Bible, but in other areas whereby if you are not a believer of the Bible, you can still find another way of
Well,
standing firm or strong or one way or the other. I trying to put that there. so,
well,
so those
well,
that
that's when you go in knowing that it's hard work. So it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
be
exactly.
all rosy.
Hmm.
So if you're
Yes.
not religious, then you know that you have to see a professional, a marriage counselor, something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You have to put in
Mm-hmm.
something. Don't
Some
just
Mm-hmm.
say
effort.
everything
Yeah.
Yeah.
works.
Because
Oh yeah.
you can,
Yeah.
because the thing is, there's people who are not believers and they are married and they are trying hard to succeed. And even
Hmm.
them, their marriages, some of their marriages even work more than ours too. But like Ya is
Um,
saying, you have to go for the help that you need to make it work. You have to have that understanding amongst yourselves that you're going to make it work.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but before we go on, yeah, can we take it from the top and then kind of see if there's anything we want to dig through?
What I wanted to dig through is where God close Hannah's womb?
Mhm. But can we start from the top though, so we go
Okay.
sequentially?
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Emmanuel is saying some Ghanaian men need whipping on the ass for causing a women. For causing a women so
Thanks,
much pain.
Ima.
Not to take I'm in charge. Emmanuel, I'm with you. Big ups to you. Hello, Awo. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Pastor P says, for God, yes, she quoted this again. For God speaks again and again.
Again.
Those people do not recognize. Yeah.
Exactly.
So if we go from the top, right, the first
Right.
paragraph, then we can, let me
Okay.
put this so
So,
we can see
Okay.
you.
the
Mhm.
story of Hannah is one of pain and deep yearning.
Oh, no, like I'm saying, since we've read through it until let's see if there's anything that,
Oh, okay.
the torment, I wanted to talk about the torment that, like if we
Awesome.
can
Okay.
Okay.
talk about the torment that she went through.
Constantly
Mm-hmm.
tormented by her.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, her sister wife.
Oh, yeah, sister wives.
Yes.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Um.
It reminds me of back home, our system, this, the polygamous system. And so, wives, like, just the tensions that go back and forth, this woman's children, that woman's children. So I can just picture, being in a compound house and this woman is just tormenting you day in, day out.
Mm.
Like, I mean, Hannah is a strong woman because I tell you, if she wasn't a prayerful woman, I don't know what the outcome would have been. And at the same time, too, you can't blame, and this is where I go back to Mr. G's comments. You can't blame, you can't blame, what do you call it?
The
Oh,
woman.
I've lost my train of thought. I mean, it's two women with one man.
Right.
And so just look at the dynamics. And of course, even what was it that um, Elkanah had said to Hannah once that, like, more like, oh, I love you, so why would you be?
Oh, when she said she wanted a child.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's a man, he loves his wife, so why are you worrying? But that is her heart's desire, you
Right.
know. At the same time, too, I can understand when I look at it with our kind of lenses, I'm like, oh well, gee, lucky you, your husband loved you. In
Mm-hmm.
our system, the family members will come and torment you.
Yes.
So anyway, here, non-Bible believers who succeed are still applying the principles in the word because these are mostly inherent in us as human beings. We ultimately know right from wrong and to be good people. So they use that. Thank you, Marie. That's a very good point.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good contribution.
Mhm.
So, it's here she is in this
Um. Kenny had something to say about the torment.
okay. Okay.
Sheila.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm,
if she did not have that spiritual strength, there's no way she would decide to give the gift to the Lord.
Right.
mm.
She would be selfish and say, no, I prayed and I waited and I can't release it. You know?
Yeah.
But he had to
Okay,
build the
if
character.
you should put it that way too, does that mean the other wives that have children will not
Yeah.
take care of theirs and cherish their children?
No, it's not that she didn't take care or cherish. The thing is
I
that
mean, the other sister wives, not
yeah,
Hannah.
yeah, the other sister wives. No, it's just that their purpose was not that purpose.
Exactly.
Hannah had a different purpose. So for her purpose, she needed to go through that. The sister wife served her purpose by tormenting her, by tormenting Hannah, bearing all those other children, so Hannah could feel this weight on her, so that when she was blessed with the child she needed, she would cherish it so much. Do you understand? Some
Mhm.
people
I do,
need to
yeah.
go through certain things for them to be able to appreciate even more. Others don't need all
Mhm.
that pruning, right? Everybody
Yes.
gets their own kind of
Mhm.
journey.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So Marie is agreeing with you. She says she likes
But
that character building is a lot of pruning.
Yeah.
and
Hannah
you have to
needed to
be
be
provoked to
provoked to
push
push
to
herself to
push.
get
Mhm.
what she needed. Sometimes
Yeah.
we need to be that. Thank you, Marie.
Another challenging question I want to ask: do some of us have to be provoked before we get pushed?
Yes.
If that's the question, that's yes in every angle, right?
Well, because you need to, right? Because if you don't, then you'll be stagnant. You'll be stuck in the same place, and you'll never find out what is inside you,
Yes.
Yes.
and it needs to come out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's some people that just will go to the Lord without having
What's
any
your name? Pastor P loves you. What's
yes.
your name?
Kenny. Kenny.
Hello, my name's Kenny. So
Kenny. Okay.
sometimes the Lord knows that your character, he needs to pull you for you to seek him. Some
Mm-hmm.
people he doesn't need to do anything. They will always be seeking. If
Yes.
your character is that you are not a seeker and you're not always on your knees, he's gonna make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you are always on it.
Yes.
And if that means he has to put things in your life that you will fall on your face every
Mm-hmm.
day to get to
And
him,
you'll do that.
that's what he's
Yes.
gonna bring to you
Yes.
until you grow to the place where he doesn't have to touch you. You just
Yes.
know that, yes, I need to
Sunset.
seek him.
Mm.
When you
Yes.
start and get to that place, then the pruning is over.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, Ajua, yeah, remember yesterday, Ajua made a comment that there are people who only pray to God when they need something.
When
And
they
Yeah.
then
need,
when they get it, then it's done.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So it kind
That,
of ties in.
yeah.
So Marie is also saying, yes, if you are stuck or settled in your comfort zone, you need to be provoked, pushed, and that's not
Pushed
pleasant,
and yeah.
but always yields results once you awaken and take action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
true. That.
And you need to, unless you don't know, you need to remember that there's a purpose for why you are on earth. And so if you're
Right.
going to just sit around wasting time being dormant and whining about what's wrong, what's going wrong, and all the woes in your life, as opposed to taking actions and moving forward, then he'll come and push you. He'll give you something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was said
But
spot on. Hmm.
we're getting a lot of feedback.
What? Spot on, my lady. So, yeah, do you want to move on then from the torment? Are we done with the torment?
Yeah, we are done with the torment.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The closed wombs.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Close the room.
Hey, Kenny, listen to this. The little girl or little adult is very intelligent. Oh, Mr. G.
Oh, little adults.
Oh, Mr. G is so funny.
We will put it as a little adult then.
Oh, they have no idea. Oh my God. Well, the Lord put it in me, so I
Thank
have to
you.
speak. Thank you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ajua is saying, Bam
Hey,
Bam, true talk. Pa, God bless all of you, my beautiful and knowledgeable sisters. The truth is only one. Thank you.
Yes.
It is difficult sometimes when one keeps praying for something that seems simple for other people. Yes, you are right, Sage, because there are some prayers we prayed and prayed and prayed, and you don't see any change, and it's so easy to become discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mamle. Thank you.
Very
Epa
good.
World.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Also, with the closed wombs,
Mm-hmm.
kind of that God it wasn't just only Hannah who went through that. We see
Mhm.
Rachel as well going
Mhm.
through the closed womb phase.
Mhm.
Um,
Their stories are so similar. They both of
yeah,
their husbands
well,
loved them, and the ones with children, the husband didn't love. So when I saw them, like, oh my gosh, this is like, that was where I'm like, oh, okay, this is an insight. Yeah. So
it
I've
it,
sent the
it,
link.
it
I
seems
sent the
like
link if you want to come on.
it
Please
seems
carry on.
like they gain one part and one part they didn't gain.
Hmm.
And if it is like that, then if it's like that in the Bible, then again I ask again, is it how it's supposed to be that some people can have it all and some people can't have it all?
Well, this
Because
is. Sorry.
they have the love of their husbands and they didn't have what to make the love complete.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
to the Bible's age and to our men, if he can't give me a child, then I have to go somewhere to
Hmm.
get it. So to them, for those ones, we are not in love with. They are only our baby makers. You are the one we love. So if we should bring back to our lives, should we say at times we can't have it all, or in any case we can't have it all? Because it's a saying that a lot of people say you can't have it all. Some people are rich, they are not happy. Some people have
Hmm.
children, and at the same time, their children is giving them problems. The children that they tell can give them joy, ended up giving them
Hmm.
sadness. If I should make an example, yeah, Sylvester, whatever. What is
Fully.
the mother thinking, or what is the parent thinking? A child
Hmm.
is supposed to bring joy and happiness, and not
Hmm.
for you to come and take anybody's life. And here you
Hmm.
are, my child, take somebody's life.
Hmm.
So you bring yourself back again and ask the child I'm asking for, is it going to be the one that will bring me pain by the end of the day, or
Hmm.
later on in life? Because this is pain. Uh,
Hmm.
Pain on both sides. Pain on the disease side, and pain on the one who have to be
Hmm.
facing the Lord's side. At least
Hmm.
with the disease, after the burial, that we will mourn in silence and move on with our life. But this one will be facing the law, and after the law, whether he'll be executed or go to prison in that aspect too. So so so
Hello, Awo.
we don't
Hi.
so with all this, where do we fit in this category? We do, is it, are we back to the same circle whereby it have to be, you can have it all, you can have a man to love you, but at one point you wouldn't have a womb to have a child. I'm only putting it that as an example though,
Hmm.
because it's in a book. What do we brainstorm about that scenario, that both Hannah and Ruth have the love of their husbands, but what they couldn't get is a child that they have to pray and fight and do all the way for before they get it? It's a question.
Well, for me, I do believe that it's I can sit here, it's very simplistic to say it, but it's true that we can't get everything we want.
Mm.
We
Awesome.
can't. We can't, because sometimes you have to live with pain. You can be in a marriage and your needs are not being met. That comes with pain. The person is not beating you up. They are not doing anything bad to you. They do what they have to do. But you have to remember that we come from different backgrounds. Maybe something happened to that person in their background. Something also happened to you. You, in your background, you are used to things being a certain way. And so, those are the standards that you have. And maybe that person too doesn't have that. So what do you do? Are
Thank
you
you,
going
Auntie.
to
Yeah.
are you going to
Auntie, yeah,
pine
number
away?
two. Auntie Annie, your take up. Do you agree that everybody does have? Auntie Annie, I'll come back to you.
Okay. I think like as usual, I won't require again at it. Don't worry. You
Ay.
I would.
okay? Let me say this. Just so if somebody is listening, don't go about saying that Anna was tormented. So torment, you know, this one is your sister wife who is tormenting you.
Yeah.
But the one who claims that he loves you is tormenting you. That one is not a prayer point. My sister, that one, let's get this one clear. Because listen, like Auntie Ya is saying, life does not give you whatever you want. Having said that, sometimes let's be realistic. Because some of the relationships some of us finds ourselves, it looks as if because of conditional reasons, you and I know that the thing is not working. You've tried everything. You've prayed. You've asked for help. You've asked the person to change. Change, it's not coming. I'm begging you, my sister. This one is not Anna and Rachel issue. There are some people, their assignments in their life. You don't have an assignment. You know. The man is beating you black and blue. It is no assignment. Don't go saying you are praying, is tormenting you. I have to pray. Anna prayed. That nonsense must stop.
Then you.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie Mekura. Auntie number two. I want your take on that one too. Is it? Do we
Please,
go with Auntie?
Sheila, before you go on, I don't know if you were on or not, so I think you will like Mr. G's comment.
Oh yes. Oh, Mr. G, in fact, I love you tonight, okay? As I see the comment, you are my kind of person. I totally agree with you. And the whip, I think the one they put in the kerosene is not just the whip. The one they put in the kerosene.
Oh, okay.
Auntie number two and our little adult.
Kenny.
Poor Kenny. She's Kenny.
Kenny, do we take it that do we all agree that we have to accept in life you don't get everything that you want?
Yes. I think so. Yeah, I believe that because we're not self-sufficient, I would say. Even sometimes you need just to talk to someone. Like you can't have everything, every little thing that you think will make you happy or you need. You always need something. You always need somebody in life. Yeah, I do believe that, and I know that God knows us, and He knows the reason why He's made us that way.
That way.
Because
Thank you. I think it's very, very clear.
Yes, but and I just want to say this: Jesus didn't even get what he wanted.
Of course, he didn't want to go to the cross.
He went to the garden and cried
Under
out
torment.
to Father and said, "Please let this cup pass, please." Did it pass? No. He had to take it up. So he doesn't even get what he wants. So we are going to get everything we want? No.
Yeah.
And our belief and how we have been socialized sometimes make us think that we should get everything we want. And not everything that we think we want, we actually need. Or we want.
Yeah.
And not everything we want is good for us either. And if everything we want is not building his kingdom, building his spirit, moving us towards what he wants for our purpose, we will definitely not get it. Unless we decide to turn away from his walk and do our own thing. And then that's a whole nother journey. Right?
Right.
So, no, we don't get everything we want.
Awesome. I think our viewers will also agree with us on that point. Okay, so we move on. Sister.
Okay. So let me add a little bit to it. Let me tell believers that being a true Christian is not bread and butter, like people want to think. Mm. Being
Yes.
a true believer, I mean, we can attest in all the old prophets and even before Jesus Christ, those God walked with them before Jesus Christ came. All of us have certain kind of cross they have to carry. They have set every assignment have its own cross and its burdens. Now, this 21st century Christian thing that name it, claim it, and take it. No, it's
Oh,
saying that
please.
name it, claim it, and take it.
Mm.
Any teachings that says that immediately you go, you have to get it is a lie from the pit of hell. But I
Yeah,
am
but Auntie,
sorry.
I will also say, I'm sorry to interrupt you a little bit. I will also say the pastors have made it seems that way. Because since the message is all about receive it and take it, I say take it and receive it in Jesus' name, and it's there. Of course, you would think it's just as it is. If
Um,
all is calm and pray together and let's receive it, take it. The fire is there, it's coming, take it, and then you take it and you go home. You go home.
It's
Of
lazy
course.
Christianity. It's just lazy Christianity, Sheila.
okay, so let me just talk a little bit about these things here. There are certain things God does it I mean, it comes naturally. But as you are growing in your Christian walk, you should learn these things along the way because it is not a one-day thing for you to discover that. When you are in the world, you think that when I come in, it's bread and butter. No. Then when you come in, there is a walk, there's a journey, there are things you need to go through, which these days the church don't have time to do it.
No.
But platforms like this, as we are talking about it, a lot of people, young Christians, are frustrated because not that they don't believe the word, but because they were not taught that everything goes through a process. And as you grow in, when you are young, you eat baby food. As you are growing, you have to chew bones. Some of the things, all of us, the panels, we are talking here, and some of the people who are on the platform could attest that it didn't come one day. It didn't come, some of us, it came 20 years, our walk with God. Have you realized that there are certain things when you come to Christ, you get it easy. Other things, maybe particular issue, you can be praying and praying and praying about it. It doesn't shift. It doesn't mean God is not hearing, but maybe, like our young lady said, it is not in line with what God has for you. And you want to force your permissive will to be done. Meanwhile, we say thy will be done.
Yes.
So the will of God and cover adeɛ na car now 4x4
Awo,
now person
awo,
and cover.
atweyanka brofo na run on tia kasa no.
Okay, so hey, and they be you. I then I'm person will have me bro for last. So I'm trying to say that some of the things, even as women or men, we want. It is not part of the agenda of God for us. And sometimes we are forcing it to be there. The thing, it is not in line with what God has for our destinies. And these things, as you walk with God, as you are growing, sometimes you understand why certain things don't come at once.
So
Let
let me interrupt. When you say as you walk with God, how do you walk with God? What do you mean by that?
Oh, okay. So Auntie, as if somebody asks you, are you a Christian? What will you say?
I'll say, yeah, I'm Christian believer, which is the right one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
am.
are a believer.
Yes.
What shows that you're a believer? These are simple questions.
Questions, yeah.
People can ask you randomly. Yeah. But it depends how deep you know God and how you understand. You understand. So the answer may not be the same with everybody, depending on your level of understanding, how you know him and your personal life with him, isn't it? So
Yes.
it depends who asks you at what time and your state of maybe can you feel and commit me account. It depends on the state you are with
Yeah, doing
God and
just fine. Keep it
your journey
on.
you are at the moment. So it differs. Your answer will be I intentionally asked you because I know you say something different. If I ask Mrs. Russell, she also say something different. If I ask Sister Yabruni, he also say something different. If I ask you, Auntie Ya, the way you are going, you say something different. I will also say something different. It doesn't mean that our answers are wrong, but it means the level we are with Christ, the level we are as believers is the answer we are given, isn't it?
Right.
So
Right.
when I'm saying my work, yes, my work, because day to day, every day dano menenenam meniema meye. So there is this hymn that Presbyterian people sing. Asem biara meka no adi biara meye anka ese mi bisa. Everything that I do, the things I do to others, some of the words that come from my mouth, I should ask 2-3 times, would God or will Christ permit me? The things I'm doing to other people, God that I'm talking about, I've not seen him. The God that somebody wants to see will see through me. The things I will do, somebody will say, this is a true Christian, isn't it? So if somebody is seeing God in me, I must make sure that everything I do, whatever I say, my words should be salted enough. Even when there is an anger coming up, I should be very careful. I don't say people shouldn't be angry, but you should be very careful. Don't sin. I mean, there are certain things you do that somebody is standing there and say, this person is unique. This lady is different. This person, see, as our young adult is talking, what do you think?
Old adult.
The word is
She's an
in
adult.
her. She's not right.
Oh, yeah, penny more, please.
It's because we are just, I know.
Okay.
But as she's speaking, the way it's articulating the word, he has not said Matthew 20:40. He doesn't need to quote
Say
scripture, a
that.
long
Yeah.
scripture. But as she's speaking, you could see that the word is in her. So therefore, everything you do, let Christ be seen in you. Irrespective whether you are angry, you are weeping, you are mourning, whatever you do, that will attest that your walk with God is right. That
Thank
is why a
you.
lot of people can do certain things, but you cannot do it.
Thank,
Why?
thank
Because
you.
you can't do it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Good.
Sister Oya. Okay,
How are ya?
oh, why am I calling you that anyway? I think I just have to stick with Sister.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Auntie,
So,
number
Sheila,
one.
I was going to add also that sometimes we go through these things to I'll give an example. When maybe God wants to take us out of some kind of a danger, you know. So for me, I've learned to trust him and just leave stuff for him. That doesn't mean that I just sit back and not do anything. But when I'm pushing and it's not moving, yes, I know that no, that's not
It's not
his will.
God.
Yes. And an example will be let's say you want a job, you've prayed, fasted, and you don't get it. You don't know what you would have met at that job. You could have lost your license there, like you don't know. And then there are times also that you're working somewhere and then something happens and they have to let you go. But in the end, you find that you find something bigger. You know, if that thing hadn't happened, you would be complacent. You just remain wherever you are. But I've experienced it before. There are times that I feel like you need to move on. You need to maybe apply for this job. And if I don't listen, something always happens. Like something happens to move me. Yes.
to go
Meaning
on
your
and do it.
instincts, meaning you listen to
So
your instincts more.
yes, our instinct is always the Holy Spirit.
Always say something,
And
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
We shouldn't let that go.
For
Okay, Auntie,
God's
yeah.
sake, sir.
Another part that I highlighted here on love wives, which you put into the bracket there.
Which
With
one?
children,
And love,
Oh, and lab
on love,
coat.
still on the top there. On love wives, the children to make up for the lack of love from their husbands.
Well, You see, think about it. So if they are unloved, if there were no children in the equation, can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine what life would be like for
What would
them?
have happened to them
Yeah,
too?
the pain that they would go through, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's not to say the men hate them, but they love the other wives more than them, the other woman more than they did. So,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I look at it that,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, you can't have everything. You don't have the
Yeah. So
undying
they did
love.
not have the love of the
Yes,
husband,
you
but
didn't
they
have
have a child to
when the
cover
man
it
loves
up.
the woman, he didn't have the full devotion. I don't know how to, I don't want to sit here and go, the lovey-dovey type thing, right? And yet
Mm-hmm.
these ones, like Hannah and Rachel, they seem to be like the love of the soulmate, or I don't know how to explain it, right? Maybe I'm not explaining as I should, but this is what hit me that, oh, okay, this is what I'm reading, that it would appear that the man does not love them as much as they love the other one, but so they are consolations. God works in his own ways, and I can't question. That's what I got
You,
from it,
you,
because
you,
hey,
you said God made up for the bitterness
yes,
stemming from being
yeah,
unloved
because you'll
in
be
their
bitter.
marriages.
Sorry, yeah, you're bitter, yeah. That's my insight. That's how I looked at. That's what I got from what I
Yeah.
read. That's
Yeah.
why I put it that
That
way, because
you
it happens too in real life. There's certain
Oh
situations.
yes.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a lot of that. Yeah.
Let me give you a typical example. God is a wise God, a
yeah.
very wise God.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the things he does, the moment you understand God fully, is not God.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you understand God fully, it's not God. And this is a typical example
Oh
I
yes,
can give
yes.
you. Have you
Mm-hmm.
seen that most of the rich people in African countries where we come from, their first wife, the one they have labored with, some of them don't even have a child, but the mistresses have children for them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about? You haven't considered it. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have not considered it, look at your village. There's one rich man. He struggled with one lady, which is his first wife. That woman has suffered.
Mm-hmm.
That one does not have a child, even though all the riches, everything. That women too, the men cannot divorce them. Why? Because
There's something
it's
with
the
them.
wife of their youth they have struggled with before they make their money.
Mm-hmm.
I know countless of people. Me, I was blessed to be working with a few kind of people, big men in Ghana. So, when I'm saying this, I say it with passion because I've known about four of them, very rich. When I mention their name, you'll be surprised. But their first wives, those they suffered with, those they slept in the floor with before they became the names they are.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have children,
Mm-hmm.
but their mistress have the children.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I begin to ask, how will God do that? What, well, as a woman being, sometimes I ask those questions.
Well,
Yes.
sure.
One of the few things, one of the ladies who is very prominent, if I mention is very prominent, but is a very good speaker. If that woman stand here and do worship, I tell you, is a very renowned person.
Mm.
And she said at one point in time, he wanted to throw in the towel. And God said, hang in there. Hang in there. I will wipe your shame. How God does it, he doesn't know. But now he can put his hand on his chest and say, um, even though he hasn't had his own children, but because of the kind of work and the kind of people she as mentor and also look after and
Mm-hmm.
taking care of them, he can count about 100 kids he didn't give birth to
Mm.
Yes.
as at today.
Mm-hmm.
So God have a way of compensating in our endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we endure to the end, I won't sit here. I've had my fair share of endurance, and I could sit here and say that it has paid off. Initially, when I was going through the thing, it was not pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I know for sure that he puts you, sometimes he wants to get your full attention. Typical example was Hannah. Anna has a husband who can give him all that he wants. I mean, in biblically, the term the man is using, am I not worth more than 7 sons? I might not, don't I give you the best portion of it? Is not meat that I need, man. And yet, it is not food that I need. It is not clothes and money that I need. I need something more that no woman being can give me. Every Christian must come to the point that it is not about what your husband can give you. It is not about your home, the title, the home you come from. There must come to a time that it must left you and God alone. And sometimes when we get to that point, some of us become so, by the time you go through the thing, sorry. Let me give you, all of us go through that. And when I was going through that, when I lost my husband, it is a phase. It is a terrible time. It is a time that sometimes God needs your absolute attention. Everybody will desert. Even the minister cannot feel your pain. Can you imagine that a whole minister of God couldn't sense that Anna was in the spirit? And the only thing he can describe a situation, why are you drunk?
Yep.
Why would a drunk person come to church at that early? To do what? That should tell you that sometimes when you are in certain situation, even the leaders doesn't even feel your pain. Sometimes when you are in a certain kind of, some people are in that phase, they leave the church because the elite of the church couldn't sense my pain. And let me tell you, sometimes you must come to that point. The levels of growth will determine how sometimes everybody left, even your own spouse. Sometimes the ones we sleep on the beds with, they don't even, and you don't have words to articulate the thing you're going through. I don't know that any of you have experienced that kind of trauma before. That is the word you put it. The trauma I am going through. It's not that I've grown that I've stopped this nonsense. you don't feel my pain. Then the way I articulate it, I want you to feel it. But that man is not feeling it too. And then in the morning he comes around. Jack has raised his head. Can I go on trip? We say, so what is going on in this house? You don't feel it. You must come to that phase. As I'm saying, the way you people are laughing, I could see that you people have been in that phase. Let's be sincere here. It is not a pleasant place. And what even hurts the most is when your spiritual head, like your pastors, your leadership of your church, don't feel it. They don't really. They just say you could see that they are far off. And that is the place that Anna was. So every Christian must come to that point. That one, I don't have words enough to explain to you, but until you get to something put you in that corner, you wouldn't understand. But let me assure somebody who is going through that thing, that or that phase of his life, you will come out. It is tough. Some takes 5 years. Some take those stretches of 1 year. It is not easy. If the thing is lingering on for about 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 6 years of your life, it is not easy. I won't sit here and especially with women, when it comes to childbearing, which is the huge thing for us. I have had my fair share of it. And I won't sit here to say it is pleasant. It is not. It is not, especially when doctor said there's nothing wrong with you. Yet somebody who is ungodly can just go in, and then when you go pim, he delivers like a chicken.
Auntie, who do we classify as an ungodly?
Oh,
she said it. Ask her.
Okay, so oh,
no, I'm
okay.
saying
Okay, so in a typical African Christian mentality, you would think that somebody who is just his boyfriend, they are not even married. A typical example, I'm not saying I'm not judgment, but maybe a teenager who doesn't even have a roof over his head. Somebody just nailed her on the spot or something, she's pregnant. And you're like, this one cannot even look after a child. I am ready. I am okay. We can look after. I don't know, but I want to be real here.
At my 30s, when I when my first pregnancy, I didn't even know I was pregnant for like 3 months. And I quite remember But the doctor, when I explained why I was there, the doctor was, you could be pregnant. And I just laughed. I was like, oh, whatever. Me pregnant, no. And the reason why I said that was because I've never been pregnant before.
Oh.
And when I got the courage to see a gynecologist, she looked at me and said, some people take time, and I don't think there's anything wrong with you, but you could go and be taking prenatal and stuff like that to wake up your hormones or something funny, she said. So I went ahead, I got a prenatal and I started taking and all that, but nothing happened. So I was maybe it will take time. It's not like I was ready anyway. But at the same time, my auntie keeps saying, everybody around you have children. Come on, come on now, go get your own. So if you keep hearing somebody knocking there is knocking that door, telling you, get your own. It's good. There is not better men out there, but the same way there isn't better women out there. So don't put that in your mind. Go get something. that was my auntie's little advice, and that was all he could give. And I kind of agree, because here I am. I have like my godchildren are, I don't know, wherever the place is, and I don't even know where I stand in the middle. So when the doctor said I was pregnant, I laughed very well. Many pregnant. That's never happened before. So okay, yeah, but go pee and come back. And then after I pee and I came back, he confirmed, and I was, oh, so it's possible. Imagine, I was still in that. Yeah, I'm not telling myself, oh, it's possible. I could have, I could have. And the feeling, I don't know if any of you will feel that way, but the feeling there, now I'm questioning myself, am I even prepared? Can I be? How is it going to be? And as I always say, for the first time in my life, I started paying attention to what size is it, what size diapers and socks were, something I never even knew. All those godchildren that I have, I pick things without even paying to me. Oh, it's for baby, fine. I wasn't paying much attention whether my pension wasn't there, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or a year or 2 years. Oh, beautiful for baby. Oh, a baby girl, oh, yeah, a baby boy, just pick and go. So that moment kind of brought me back to a point whereby I was thinking, oh, so diapers even have sizes. So only God know how many size 12 diapers I picked to a month-old baby. That I didn't even know. Okay, so it have to, certain things must hate you, Dad, for you to be. So yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, for you to wake up. I didn't even know all that. Yeah, here is the case. I love children, but my attention wasn't there. And for why it wasn't there, I don't know. I have to feel like, oh, so it happened. So I could be pregnant, huh? So yeah, I'm pregnant. And now I'm working on that. So what kind of a mother am I going to be? I was asking myself that. Would it be good with and then so yeah, so now I was confused a little. And when I lost that pregnancy, one way or the other, I also put it back. I blame it back on the moment that I was, first of all, I wasn't ready. 3 months, I didn't know I was pregnant. 3 months gone, I didn't know I was pregnant. And what do I know even about babies anyway? Do I have to come back and look on the channels to be seen? The very first time I started watching is it TSL? I don't watch it anymore. Where you have the baby stories.
There's different shows, yeah.
Yeah, for you to know how babies getting ready to have babies. Now I have to go back to do all that. So, sister, well, yeah.
So there's a few things you said. Sorry.
Can we go for the commercial break and come back?
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so once again, the book that we are discussing is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. And you can find it on...
My order is here to come in. I've ordered.
Okay, thank
The
you.
shame that I don't have mine. But I
It's
promise you
coming.
by Sunday when we come. In fact, if I get it this week, I will
You
post it and tag
you
all of
show it
you.
to me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I
That will
think
be
we
good.
the Canadians are
Awesome.
flaunting. This is
Awesome.
we
Yes.
Canadians
See?
flaunting our
See?
book.
Yeah, these are Canadians. Where see, our look. Our Shadia, we're all neighbors.
Oh
We
yeah.
here, we're all
We are
neighbors.
flaunting
Princess
our
shame,
book.
oh, man. Okay, Londoners, we are coming. We are coming big.
So
We
you
can
can
We
have
get your
you.
coming
copy.
big.
You can get your copy on Amazon, Freezing Press, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes.
Okay.
Also, you can go to my website, www.mamitalks.com, and read the book reviews. You can also find me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel, YouTube under ATTOBRAH. There's a lot of information there that will bless you. And this book is full of nuggets. It's motivational, inspirational. I don't have to sit here and talk. There's two people who can give you verdicts also. So have at it. This is a commercial break, so you can all add to it, ladies, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
Duh.
getting mine next week. I'm getting mine because it hurts. It
I picked
hurts not
mine
having
in
one.
person. I
Yes.
picked mine in person and I'm really loving it.
That's great.
And it's a very
Will tag you in the picture, okay?
All right.
I'll find it and tag you.
Don't worry. Me, I'll show it in your face. Pa, me. Mumunti beto chu pa. That'd be easy. That'd be easy.
Yeah, do you have anything to add?
no, I was going to say that it's also a very easy read and something that you can even read with your family, like
Yes.
because it's broken up into a lot of topics that you can read with your family. You can talk about it, discuss with them, just like we're doing right now. So it's
Okay.
not just a fictional book that you just read and that's it. And yeah,
Okay.
so yeah,
As well, in addition to the book, the discussions that we have on Sundays, we also have a Saturday book chat, and it happens every second Saturday. Before we carry on, I have a few comments that I want to get through. So Brother Emmanuel says, why is it that some believers with all prayers, fasting, etc. suffer, and non-believers keep enjoying? Are you sure it's prayers alone? Ghanaians take everything spiritual. Even if he coughs, he believes witches have given him COVID. Oh.
It's true. So, boy.
Mr. G,
has to be a balance.
I
Yeah.
sorry.
I said there has to be a balance. It's like I want a job and I haven't applied and I'm praying. Is it
Yes,
good? Yeah.
yes. Or what is the point in you want a job but you go to church 5 days a week, Monday
I
to
will
Friday? So
I will
the
put mine.
problem is that we are not practicing. We're not doing practical Christianity.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've yesterday I described it a certain way. I said it seems like when we get to church, we just throw our bodies into the church and then we leave our minds outside. The church has taken over, so we become mindless Christians. But God gave us wisdom. You need to think for yourself and take action for yourself.
Action.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
And if you fill your space, your mind, your spirit, and all the other things, where is the room for him to give you what you are desiring, what you're fasting for, what you're praying for? Nothing will come. There's no room.
thank
Let me
you.
use a practical example. You have an old car parked in your garage. The old car's been sitting there for 20 years. But then you want a new car. Where is he going to put the new car? The whole car is still in the garage.
Get rid of
Thank
it.
you.
Move the old car.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Point number 2, Brother Emmanuel G. My humble opinion, some believers' lack of understanding, emotional intelligence, lazy, do not seek and expect things to happen without making an effort or working for their needs. Some also focus on their desires, wants instead of needs. That's
Thank
it
you.
right there. It is true. We are lazy Christianity. We think manna is not falling from heaven. You have to think. He gave you wisdom. Use your mind and go out there and go do, like, you pray, but you also need to take action. I remember 3 weeks ago, my pastor said, I think he was talking about Moses. It's like, you know, there's times that you pray and pray and pray. It's not prayers, take action. God wants you to take action, not just sit there.
Okay, so I want to
what
add
I
a
also
little bit of
throw,
what.
Excuse me, Miss Sage is saying something nice.
what I also throw in out there is for the past 3 days I've been feeling sick about the statement I heard from a pastor who said the guy who shot his wife is being possessed by a family demon or whatsoever. Our people should just try and understand that when people are sick, they need help rather than thinking everything is spiritual and also everything. We can't be pushing everything on the devil. We should believe that certain things need to work on. If you watch this guy's videos, obviously he have a temper issues that he couldn't really deal with properly, and that has also come in place. We shouldn't just be sitting there and be saying, if we keep saying our families, things in our family that is doing that, we are still not moving anywhere. We will still be sitting at where we are. We should make a note of that. Thank you.
That is so true. There's help out there, but we don't go seek it.
Yeah, we should seek it.
If you're having issues, this anger management, go for counseling, go for therapy, something. Identify, but the thing is, because of ego, you know, so much ego, we don't want to acknowledge that we even have a problem. Everything is spiritual.
Yeah,
Everything is spiritual.
The blaming of the devil is enough for at this point in time. I think we have blamed the devil enough in everything in every aspect of our lives has been the devil. So if we can at least admit some part that, okay, this is not the devil, then we will start finding solutions rather than blaming the devil always. Blaming the devil has made us lay back a little. I listened to the interview of Kofi TV where the sister was also saying, oh, she was meant to die that way. Like, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually sad. I'm going to do a video about it tomorrow.
Please
if
do.
only God
And
give me the grace, because Barbara's
I know
death
you
has
do good.
really hit me too bad, because it has pressed some certain nerves in me, and I need to control myself before I put my camera on, because after watching her sister this afternoon, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is that all you could say? This one is not God.
No.
But I will leave it there, because at the end of the day, I don't know, but I don't think somebody this year was quite way, so then I say that is God. No, this is not God.
I trust you will do good.
This
I'll
is
be
not
there
God.
supporting.
Message, thank you so much. I'll go to the
okay,
next
so
comment.
I was going to say something before I forget. Adjoa Odo wrote something earlier on before this one, and I wanted to say something that listen, as Christians, there are needs and there are wants. The things you are praying and asking God for, are you asking because you want to go and show off because this person has got it and I also have to get it?
Yes.
Or it's a need? Give us this day our daily bread. That scripture, let it sink in. He gives you what you need, not what you want. And people must get that. In your line of prayer, in asking God, is it a need or a want? And God answer needs, not wants. Because the things that our flesh wants are different from the thing that our spiritual mind needs.
Yes.
So as Christians, I'll keep saying, this segment, I will say, in our walk with God, in our daily life, let us ask God, what is your will for me? Because if you don't align with the will of God, you'll be praying amiss. You'll be living life the way you want it, like the way you want it, thinking that this is not working for me. No, he's a very wise God. He foreknew. He knew what will happen in 20 years' time. And sometimes some of the things he let us pass through or make us go through are for the things ahead of us. So some of you who are just saying, I needed this. at the that thing is not coming. Like Sister Mrs. Russell was saying, that there are certain things when he doesn't react on his instinct, it comes back and bite her. Spirit prompts anytime, every day, all the
Thank you,
time, from
Pastor P.
different sources, from different means. Just be sensitive. When your spirit is very sensitive, you hear him every day. And one of the beautiful thing about Holy Spirit is he have a very good sense of humor. Very good sense of
It is
humor.
a lesson. Yep.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
And once you are in tune with him, it is a sweet thing. Have you not seen somebody who doesn't have anything in his pocket but is content? A face is very how would I put
Adorable.
this? Sorry. So this is the scripture that resonates with what I'm about to say. How beautiful are the feet of men who bring good news.
Yes.
Have you not seen somebody? He's not that rich, but he's content. When you see him, when you see that person, you could see that joy. You could see that it is not money. Money doesn't give you peace. Money
No.
does not give you that contentment. It is living right with God and also living right with the Spirit. It gives you contentment. It gives you contentment. You are not rich. You haven't got all the things you want, but yet still you are at peace. Your spirit is really relaxed. Let me give you this testimony. 3 years ago, I was battling through certain things, but inwardly I was at peace. I don't know how I'll explain this, but as the thing is going on, it is fearful. It was everybody thought my end has come. But me that I'm going through that thing, in the night, I am relaxed. After praying, I am relaxed. This went on for about 6 months. And one day in my quiet moment with God, and he says, watch me. I will do what no man can do. That thing for about, meanwhile, the storms were brewing. And I'm like, I am watching you, sir. And you know what? When you are you are cornered in a place and it's like you've prayed and you prayed, like you don't even have words again to even pray to God. So when I come into his presence, you could see that weariness in me. And then after maybe I sing a little bit, like you are praying, then you doze off. And sometimes my husband will come and say, you couldn't even pray 1 hour. Mother. Then the next morning, as human as I am, then I pick the thing up. One day, out of that, before I was relaxing in my mood, my husband says, have you not realized that in spite of what is going on, we enjoy some kind of peace? My husband have to prompt me, tap me and say, haven't you realized in spite of what is going on, we are at peace? I'm not, and it's just that I just want to worry. Women, we worry. We worry too much. But the day I understand, give us this day our daily, that is, I don't know, but how my husband was able to explain for my spirit to calm down up to date, I can't explain to you. If I tell you what was going on, you people you will shock. But this one is on social media, so I won't say it. But you will be shocked. How he delivered us, I don't know. But one thing I've come to realize it, he will give you your need, but not your want. And 3 years down the line, now I understand why he did what he did to us. He preserved us, even though at that time it was tough. He preserved us from something we could not have done with our own lives. So some of the things that in endurance is part of our Christian walk.
Yes.
And endurance produces a lot of things you have no idea. Endurance shape your Christian life. It makes you your intimacy with God. When you are able to understand and come to that level, it's not easy for somebody to break you away. Who words are my dear sister? I will say it in Chi. Auntie Russell will explain.
Yes,
okay. Sir, when do you be no? At the whoop at a chew batanya meho. Na ebeye de emama nyonko fa no emu eye den. Ema wo so uti nyame ase yi. Enti sometimes after you've been able to endure, it depends on phase of your Christian life, but level beyond the ejoko. Ebi wo we timi twi wo mu Ufrimufia what mu say something has gone out from you, and another thing has been replaced, and that thing money cannot buy. That one, even no share and no puppet or so I read Bible aguni yamukro until say why you have endured. Or no one yepe. That is the difference. And the man will be ministry yet different because it depends on a level of endurance with God. Enti ojina ho a wu so bi wo ho a onye dede ompriti nye le kabo rap onye dede bebre but o can be to wa wisdom e wa akire no. And
Thank
no
you.
what the price he has paid to get to that level for him to speak that way, you have no idea. You have no idea. So that is how ministry differs. Becca says somebody is launching into the deep. No, he has endured. You have no idea the
Launching into
price
the
he has
deep.
paid. You have no idea. It doesn't come just like that, but it comes with endurance and not produce those kind of things. So that is what I could say.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to read some
Thank you.
comments. So Ajo says, my dear sister, for some people, blaming the devil is a lame and cowardly excuse. Reasons one gives to avoid, as for Ajo, you make me laugh, to avoid taking accountability for their
Accountability
poor
for
characteristics. The worst part is that there are enablers who accept such foolishness.
Oh yes, definitely there will be people who accept it, but because blame game in our community, no.
Pastor P said the reason the person said it's a family demon. I don't know who said it, but the anger and rage. Okay, that's that one.
Yeah, a
And
pastor
then
who
Ajua says praises are powerful and reflect our gratitude.
Yes.
And Emmanuel says, why do people think acquiring more properties or money is the only blessing? I approached and proposed to a lady at church, and she aged you and your half eroded shoe, and without
she's a visionless lady.
Without the
Mr.
car, I
Emmanuel.
run quickly. Lord
Mr.
have mercy.
Emmanuel. Mr. G, the lady was just visionless. She should have
yes,
looked beyond the shoe.
yes. Only Subai, you meet the right one.
Yeah,
Mr.
she
G,
should have
next time
looked
she will
beyond the
propose, I ask
shoe.
polish shoe, no.
Mr. G, ebikra odi fe wo unim. Oh, okay. So yeah, should we go to is there anything to
Yes,
take from the third paragraph and third and fourth?
The third is what
I think
we
we
talked about in the beginning.
first, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ingredients and people making it seem like marriage is all rosy.
Yes.
Yeah. But Awo wasn't here. I don't know if she wants to
Well,
add on.
this is what I was going to say. Like this whole perception we have of marriage, in light of even the current situation that's happening, right? The way that I think for me, how I see it is that a man, we seems like we are made to feel, or there's that perception that you, you, Ajua, I love it. Oh,
Raji, we say next time we'll copy per shoe the keke. You just polish the shoe. That be boy.
It's almost like women are just you. Okay, you've been brought on earth, and all your own purpose, the whole purpose of your life is to get married. That is the only achievement. That is the only shining glory. And so women are being pushed. Women are being pushed into these situations. Everybody is getting married, so I should go and get married. And the consequences are, yes.
No. So for any woman listening to us who maybe you are above 30 or 40 and you have not married, there are some women who are single and they are blessed.
Amen.
See, there are a lot of, I have this group I used to have 3 years ago. They are called blessed ladies. Most of them are 30 plus, 40 plus, and they are blessed. They have their own careers and other things. And if you look at those women, some of the things they do and some of the things they are doing, I mean, marriage is a bonus when it comes, fine. But thank God, there used to be 8 of them. 6 of them are married now. And some of them were 45, 47, 38. They are married. My dear sister, if you are listening to us, marriage is not the ultimate. There are other things in life. You are not here to marry.
Please repeat that. Please repeat that.
Some people are more than above the marriage age, but they are single and they are blessed. My dear ladies, we are not just here on earth. Marry, give birth, and die and go. No, there are other things in life. Our life are interconnected with a lot of things. As a woman, I always say that I look at a woman as a palm tree. Everything about a woman have a lot to offer. A woman have a lot to offer. Why? Because a woman, if being educated, can build a nation, can do a lot of things. You educate one man, it's about him, his career, everything is about that man, single one pet. But a woman goes extra. It does that woman is educated and very smart. Shoulder, the corners in his shoulder, so it's smarter. He's like a palm tree. Even without a child, a woman does a lot. So if it's in a ministry, it's something else. When it comes to the workplace, it's something else. When it's on the street, it's somebody's cousin or auntie. Have you not seen a woman who has not given birth? Like Sister Ya was saying earlier on, you have a lot of kids, even when you don't have a child. Still, empathy no abada ye ewo ho. Utimi show obi ba na wa raise no obi a no ho kire no utimi fa akwala bi. Ye den se bari ma bi be yesa. Eni ho enyame amfa nhye ne mu. But as a woman, even when he has not given birth, he can look at somebody obetimi ahwe obi ba so raise obi ba. As I'm talking now, I'm using somebody like Gifty Auntie. When he didn't have a child, he was looking after 20 kids from his own salary. When she was not married, Oniba, he was looking after 20 kids. Why wouldn't God bless that woman? The point I'm trying to say is, as a woman, you do a lot. Like this coronal season, your prime minister no, what Scotland ne yoba, London for no omo diani Bema Boris Johnson. But if you look at the Forbes magazine or whatever, coronavirus, omo and Mali Desno have performed very well than Emema. Nicola Sturgeon have done very well than Boris Johnson. In London, some of the barrels, so maybe COVID no as a size of a cases is of a
Scotland.
Okay, Scotland is less of this COVID, and the woman has done very well. What I'm trying to say here is, every woman who is listening to me now, marriage is not the ultimate. There are other things you can do. There are a lot of benefit from you. You have no idea people who look up to you. Some people are calling you auntie because why? You are doing something better. My daughter, I have 2 girls, and where I go to church, there are a lot of young girls who are doing better career-wise, professionally. I mean, there are a lot of things they do in church that I wish, as my daughter is growing up, he'll pick up. And sometimes I can use that lady or whoever it is. I say, have you seen this auntie? I want you to, as you grow up, may you not depart from this grace. I use some of them to show my daughters as you are growing before every time. It is a shame. It is almost 2 a.m. My daughter is asleep. She will tell you. I saw Auntie Yes' daughter, the feed that you sent me, the one your son was doing with another girl. And I called my daughter. I said, have you seen how articulate they are pronouncing the words? Have you seen how smart they are in the head? But they are still, as they are talking like Christian kids who were being raised. And I was showing my daughter. What am I trying to say? That entrepreneur, that young lady who was on the feed, I think Auntie has sent it to me.
Oh, okay. I see. A
couple of weeks ago. And I was showing my daughter, and I said, listen, as a woman, you are not just, I told my daughter, I said, you are not just here to give birth, marry and go. No. I always tell them I want it to sink in. I want to build some confidence in that my daughter that should in case you are 30 and above and you are not married, wow, where we are coming from, they didn't taught us, but thank God,
Yes,
platforms like this, we
they
are
don't
talking
teach us.
about it. Begin to instill something in our up and coming young ladies. Let them believe in themselves. I'm not
Yes.
saying marriage is not good. I will be an hypocrite to say marriage is not good because I'm married. But what I'm saying is, if the person have not met the right person or marriage haven't come to the person, let's stop putting pressure on our young ladies. Go and marry. And when they are married, when are you going to give birth? And when they give birth, I have 2 daughters. Sometimes somebody will meet, when are we going to get a boy? I said, I've had enough. I remember, I'll tell you, as I've had enough. And it's
No,
true.
I'm opening my mouth because they have the audacity to ask that question. We don't know boundaries. Everything we'll ask.
When I have for a very long time, for me, I gave
Oh,
up even having a child. Then God blessed me with one. It took about 9 years for God to add another one. So when I gave birth to the first time, people were asking, it's been ages since you have one. When are you going to? And I'm like, you know me, this is my mouth. You know me. Me, I
Give
won't
them
spare
the
you.
answer.
Oh, yes. When is the next one? I say, when God permits. Next time, when you ask me again, I say, next time, don't ask me that question again. I'm not God.
Thank you.
Another person, I'm not being rude, but I just want to put you in
You
your
have
place.
to
Don't
tell
give me
them,
pressure.
yes.
One time, one woman I really like, joke. Hey, it's been ages. I say, woman, you are lucky I even have one. And I am grateful. Even that one, if I don't have any, that was fine with me. I don't see why you are bothered about me having another child. I told him point blank. When it comes to certain things and you are invading my space, I don't give you the chance. Why? Because you might not know the mood I might be in. Why should you bring stress? That is my point. Young ladies, learn. Sometimes somebody, why are you so slim? Tell him the righteous shall be fat. I remember I used to be very slim
I should tell
because I
Ajua
wasn't
that.
well. I was sick. One lady says, I said, you was so sick. I say, have you read in your Bible, the righteous shall be fat? It will not be long. I'll be rich, so I'll be fat. Now my cheeks are here. Why you can see it? I say the righteous shall be fat. Now I'm fat. What is your problem? Learn to let the word be in you so that when somebody comes with something, you also counteract with something. That is my strategy, because when you are among Africans, they'll always find something to ask. But you too find something to answer them. Because if you don't do that, sometimes they push you into things that you are not even ready for.
Yes.
Especially some of you young ministers, some of you, your ministry, marriage is not part of it. That is the reason why that woman or that young, you are not married yet. Some of you, God in his own wisdom, marriage is not part of it. Have you asked God, or because everybody is marrying, so you have to
Is it
marry?
your business?
Why? And sometimes it breaks my heart, because where we come from, we make it look as if marriage is the ultimate. If it haven't
one of
happened
our
for that young man or that young woman, pray for her. But don't go asking, putting unnecessary pressure. So at the point the person he doesn't even like, he end up going to live with that person. They will kill them themselves. They will kill
one of our
themselves
sister
because
one of our sister have a comment that is so much in me. I I landed in Canada when I was somewhere 18, 19 between, and I was in Quebec City. And at that time in Quebec, there wasn't much. You wouldn't, I would say I didn't find anybody, no Ghanaian there. All those that I met in Quebec City were all French
Alethea
speaking
Bam Bam.
people. They were all French speaking people. So when I finally moved to Montreal, where there was quite of Ghanaians, I remember anytime I get there, the question is always like, "Hana Banel, whose child are you?" Or better still, who are your parents? Or who brought you here? And how did you made it here? Like some questions some questions I didn't find an answer to. So to let it go, I decided not to go among Ghanaians at all.
Yeah.
And funny enough, they see me and I'm speaking Tree, and they will still ask me, "Oh, you are Ghanaian?" And yes, I'm speaking Tree, and they're still asking me. So, and then they'll go to that length to ask you, "So, where did you like? If you are, I mean, why can you be a Ghanaian?" And that was not because of anything. It's simply because of my complexion. So, so my sister Dolly, so
Oh,
my
Mr.
sister
G.
Dolly, the questions they asked.
You see, Mr. G, it's good you are here. We missed you last week. Last week you didn't come. You see how we are laughing today?
So my
Oh.
sister Dolly, don't be surprised. They will ask as much as they can. They ask more than that.
Yes. Ajua, you are so right. You ask them why
Yeah.
they will tell their friends you don't respect. Yeah, it's like, oh,
Um,
Alicia, don't even worry about them anymore.
no,
Don't.
no, no, no. Alithia, one of the things why people will say many edding, no,
That's so.
because me, I won't give you the full stool to. Oh, I realized that if you are not careful of your environment, if you don't protect your surroundings, people will contaminate it for you,
Yeah.
especially
Boundaries.
Ghanaians.
Boundaries. Yep.
If you don't put an edge around your boundaries, Ghanaians don't have a break.
Yeah.
They want to penetrate and come into your room.
Mhm.
If you give them that chance.
True.
For me, my sanity is more important to me. So I
AJ.
need to protect it. It doesn't matter. Take me as you say it, like Amma Manson will say, I am a mirror. The way you look at yourself, and that is how you see me.
Mhm.
And I think I also resonate with that thing, that I am a very pleasant person. I'm a very
Mhm.
easygoing person, but I don't give you room to. You should have boundary.
Yes.
You should have boundary. The moment you overstep your boundary, that is me finished with you. And for a lot of Ghanaians don't like that, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Because if you did not know your boundaries and you overstep it, I'll just cut you off. I don't give you room to mess up my
Mhm.
boundaries. It is very important that my appear should be
Mhm.
right. And the more, for those who have tolerated a lot of Ghanaians, that kind of attitude, you end up hurting yourselves and then they
Yes.
contaminating you. I won't give
Yes.
you that chance.
Yes.
I am that sort of a person. I'm a very lovely, I know myself. I know
Mhm.
myself. I'm a very people person. I'm not somebody who I don't call or I don't shy from things or in.
Mhm.
I try to give people room. I
Mhm.
try to the kind of job I do too, I'm out there anyway. So I'm a very pleasant person. But don't take my leniency for granted. Don't take that, oh, what's wrestling to make me the in some phobia. No, no,
Aha.
no, 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 no,
Uh-huh.
no.
Yeah.
Make mouse quine.
Yeah. I
Let
will.
us mind those things because it
Mhm.
will go a long way if we start doing that. Don't worry when they tell you, Obe Muadie, no, he has done something. He has pressed some button in your child
Mhm.
and he has asked some silly question. Your child did not give him room. I
Yeah.
remember one lady friend of mine, um, it told my husband that your sister, she's not nice at all. But meanwhile, my sister-in-law have told me something I wasn't happy. Why would a child, a 13-year-old girl, you ask him what is going on in his house? Why do you want to know what is going on in his home? And the girl tell her off. For that reason, you think that girl does not respect.
Mm.
Sometimes as parents, let's be careful when people tell you, "Ube muadie," that person has done something to your child, and your child,
Yes.
oh, our children don't talk much. But
Mhm.
if you are as a parent, if you are patient to listen to your daughter,
Mhm.
why he did what he did, you realize that that elderly Ghanaian might have
Mhm.
stepped beyond his boundaries, and your child didn't give her the chance. And then you
Mhm.
say, "Oh, ube muadie, and you uba ne muadie." Anyway, ube muadie, who as a parent, you know. Don't let somebody come outside and tell you that woman muadi.
Yes. They
Let's
are
start
fond of that.
addressing that issue.
They are
As
fond
we are
of that.
talking tonight, let's start addressing that, because they start ube muadi and then they'll be spreading rumors. Ube muadi. No, you want to find out what is happening in my home, and that child did not tell him or her what is happening. You know my mom's number. Don't ask me, is your dad at home? Was your dad at home?
Really?
I mean, what? Yes, yes. And this is from a Ghanaian community. What do you think that Abrucha Kwala will do to you? You are not his friend.
Yeah.
Automatically, he will shy away from such questions. So what I say? But
Mhm.
I'm going to say, oh, no, you know what? Now, what's that besides say, oh, but now Papa will fee. Definitely, oh, baby, so. Oh, baby, so. So let's be very careful. I'm just giving you a hint, some of the things they do in our community anyway.
Yeah, I was going to give you an example to add to it, and it's just something that a family member said to me. So if they happen to watch, they'll know that it's their situation that I'm talking about. No, they were telling me that something about somebody, this whole issue of, are you going to allow your children to go back to school, or are you going to um, school them at home, right? And so what he said is, hey, my wife works and I have to work. So the children need to go to school. And so all I said to the family member is, this one is not anything to worry about. You put your hand on your child, you pray for them, and you send them off. Into the way he was explaining it, it seems like that person was trying to make them feel guilty. I tell you, as he was telling me the story, I was even more upset for him than he himself, because to me, it's a matter of boundaries. This is
Yeah.
none of your business. If my wife and I have made a decision, who are you? Are you going to pay for me to stay home to watch my kid? Like, where does it concern you? You see, our problem is, like Adra was saying, the lies. You see, you started out, you the adult, you are the one. Okay. You are the one. Yeah.
Yes.
Pachamibo. Thank you so much. So I'll be in touch. Thank you.
All
We'll
right.
talk. Okay, yeah,
I
cool.
want to put
Okay.
this.
Bye. Thanks so
Bye.
much.
Good night.
Mwah.
See you, Kenny. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. It's like, oh, I felt that way because to me, that's somebody's life, somebody's decision. And even if you want to speak into somebody's situation, there's ways to do it. You do it tactfully. You don't go imposing, or that's the worst thing that I hate. Like what I was saying about this person going about. Don't say we are not honest until we don't acknowledge that we did something wrong. You stepped out of bounds when you went to ask that child. And the child is smart. They know, they are not foolish. So they know that, no, this question is not something you should be asking me. Hence the response you got. Instead of you advising yourself that I shouldn't be doing that, you're rather going to destroy somebody's child's reputation. And this is what we're doing. So we go around just destroying each other, and it's not helping us.
Yeah. Have you not seen Ghanaians or bad disrespectful? And then when you react, you go around bad mouthing as if you have done him or her something. Oh yes.
Oh yes, you are true.
He or she will initially disrespect you. And then when you see another side of you or you've reacted, he goes around bad mouthing you, telling people,
Yes.
oh, she's rude, oh, she's that. Me, I've passed that
No.
stage. My
No.
trap talk.
No. A
I
lot.
have
My
been
husband
tagged.
will tell
I
you.
have been tagged on nice. I've been tagged unfriendly. I've been tagged
Oh,
rude. I've been tagged
really?
all sorts of names, and I've embraced all.
Oh, you better because
Yeah,
Yes.
I've embraced
it
all
depends.
of it. Yeah.
Me
Yes.
see, people must learn in our community to mind their business.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Is it not in their Bible? They
Yes.
should mind their business.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I am one person back all the way back home. You see how sometimes almost kronfo ojulo people come out. Me
Mm-hmm.
Bible thing. Yeah, pie kronfo, I mean yeah kronfo. Into me
Mm-hmm.
Bible thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the type I can't talk about beboro. Why? Because me honam ya papa.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the way I love myself, me dia me do me honam ankasa nti obi timi ebe ha me. So I am wahu me nkyra me ho. Me
Mm-hmm.
a very ongoing person.
Mm-hmm.
But Machia say I must enjoy my own company
Life,
and
yes,
also give people their privacy. Let them deal
yes,
with everybody have something that is going on in his life. So learn to give people room for them. If or the brewer, praise God,
yes.
even if you have seen it cry, because if he wants to tell me, he will come to me. That is me, my principle. And to
Our own
say,
MBB. We don't allow people to be themselves. We
yes,
project our things onto them.
that is what I was going to say.
Every time you want to put something, this is what is expected of you, but near the box now show, and then you can't get out. Like something I saw yesterday, and or whenever it was. Okay, I was listening to something on a radio station, and I mean, to me, right, say if somebody wants to advise somebody, I feel say, yeah, you can advise them on the side. But oh, nipa na wa calling, oh, catch and say, and you na yes and obi sa nipa no nintino, and kono so on chiachi and hokaka na on yes na into nipa ne jitu mun or can nicely. But me shedi and I say, why do we always feel that we have to talk to people to tell them what to do? What is that? Just as and penindie somebody has to be higher than somebody and talk down to somebody. No. It be on the side. Oh, they to me what's up. Me idea I mean pay we as say a good penny mass. And if I have advice for Sheila, I'll text her, see a turn my say, oh Sheila, this. No, it be oh Sheila be next time this is what I'll suggest. Fine. Me I can do quietly. One time who was it? I'm saying Mamle. I was doing something programs here, Bina. Yeah, we nicely, respectfully on the side. No, catch him say, oh, have you thought of say what the call you to them? Say, oh, I'm working on it. I'm going to work on it. You know, miss me who what to do, but I dare chin upon a chair, so I figured it out. That's all. Me fan say or throw or yimukrapwa is fine. Ultimately, but
Me
every
say,
time we just want to just boom. The way you know be ani aka.
I
I
typical
think.
Ghanaian or person or chira was said, you no atena ni fie na wadwene ho. Papa saying
No, I think
me, I've
I
had a
think
lot of experiences from them.
what we are lacking from generations that we were not taught is giving respect to one another. And that
Mm,
has come to affect us a lot. If we were taught to try so hard to give respect, think
Mhm,
about what you say to one another, like the way
mhm,
it's being done in the schools here,
mhm,
it would have been a lot different.
mhm.
It would have been a lot different. So it's about time. Uh, like I always say, those of us have little ones. Well, they who are brochrea, uba no year equip, who are uba wa Ghana there. Then you have to, since that is not, those are the areas we are lacking.
Mhm,
We are lacking in an area whereby in the classroom give respect to that one another, know
mhm,
how to say things nicely,
mhm,
say a nice words, kind words, encouraging words, lovable words among children goes a long way.
mhm,
mm,
Something I can't remember we did in our school back then.
mm, mm,
We
mm.
we all took we all stick to the words where we did communication when it comes in terms of communication, we don't know it.
No,
mhm,
no, no, not at all.
Today we don't know it. Today everybody picks up a phone, sit, put a camera on them, and starts talking anyhow. The reason why
mhm.
we are still saying they are blogging and it's wrong is that because we didn't learn about communication. I
Mm.
took my time to study communication. And it took me a very long time for me to understand certain things and how to say them.
I've
Sheila,
used
So
that for
we
you,
are
Sheila,
but
lucky. Yes, ma'am.
Sheila, please let me say this because me, I'll forget. I think Blessed Mandy put something up. I forget which country. Korea is good for this. Germany is good for this. What is your country good for? And I said insults. She came
there be, but
back.
that is our defense
And I'm
mechanism.
still, yeah,
Typical
auntie.
Ghanaians, insult is our defense
Yes.
mechanism. Have you
Thank
not seen
you.
that our own parent, own person, no mommy and papa kasa? Asem na
Mm-hmm.
will be sa no papa nim sa asem na ana mame. Asem na will be sa the thing you are asking your parent is the right question a child should answer. Instead of your parents should answer, you do. Oh, for asem Jimmy some free. Then he
Mhm,
Yeah.
insult you. It's a
mhm.
defense
And then,
mechanism.
yeah,
Yes.
I was I think it was you, Sister Awo. you and Amma and Mandy, you were all saying it's our culture. And I was beating it. I was beating you people that it's not our culture.
Yeah.
I was saying we were
Yeah.
not taught. We were not taught. It's not our culture, but we were not taught the right way to do it. That is all. Insult cannot be
Let me look
our
at this
culture,
already.
but we were not taught how to talk well. That is all. When it comes to
Okay.
communication, here is the case: we are being asked to be quiet. Don't talk. Don't
Yes.
talk. If you talk,
Yes.
you don't respect. Don't
Yes.
talk. If you talk, if you defend yourself, you are not there. Those of us that were bold enough to ask questions, we were tagged, and
Oh yes.
it has grown out with us up to today. Like
Yes.
the last time you said, people might hate you simply because of the way you talk.
Mm.
I
Yes.
agree, and the reason
I'm
is
like
because
that too.
majority of us are not bold enough like you to come and say it as it is.
Yes.
So they get
Yes.
offended because of that. And it shouldn't have been like that, but that is how it is.
Ajua, say that
Mm.
again. Oh, Ajua. Ajua ya pacho. No, no,
Mm.
no.
So
It's
you
So
it.
see, we need to be taught. Communication has to start
Mhm,
from the beginning. I can't remember. Well, I was blessed with a father who once in a while want to have a chat with me.
mhm.
But if I say it among my friends, how many of them that were having communications with their parents?
Yes.
So I'm still insisting. It's not our culture, but we were not taught how to
We're
do it.
not taught.
And
Yes.
yes, and this is the time we have to start talking. If you are taught, ubi ya mema ni baby. Omo mo di ehwe na mo ntimi ni ma metena ho kasa. Me ma no me ma boys 9 and 6. Me ni omo te ho hwe fi ma me catch them. You see those lady, you will go for quality not quantity. And they know it. I
Yes.
am teaching them what they will go for.
Yes.
I feel like have a conversation with me. Tell me about school. What happened today?
Mhm.
How many of us were you know nipa hinkran ye bisa say na mu course mu sua den. And I say
Yes.
hey, kan ko try we
Sheila.
see amu so we amu sua.
Sheila. They are okay. What you are saying today on the way to church and then coming back. I thought about, I've been looking at this situation that happened with Prophet Sylvester and Barbara, and I'm
Thank
thinking
you.
about it. And then I said to myself, hang on a minute. This is an opportune, this is a learning, what do you call
okay.
it? An opportunity to talk. So in the car, I was talking to them. I said, the first place that you start from is examine yourself.
Thank
How
you.
do you feel inside? How do you feel about yourself? If you are feeling insecure, whatever it is, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Go work on them, grow yourself. And I said, hey, I said this before. Ajo Odo is here. I said, Ajoa says it too, and I laugh. I said, Google is my best friend. Like there's books you can read, but if there's something, a thing that you don't know, you just go, you write it in, you get resources and you look at it. And I said, spend time. Don't sit there and say, oh, I said, look, there's a structure to life. You were given birth to, you went to kindergarten, wako elementary, wako senior high, wako uni, where we oh yeah Juma, now you want to get married just because it says get married, but don't sit there and say, oh, my Prince Charming is coming. You yourself, what are you bringing to the table? You
People.
Yes.
need to know who you are so that will be a boss and to do those things. And I said also, and you need to keep your eyes open, not this, oh, hoo ha, I'm in love. Shine your eyes. I said these red flags, these personality things, there's certain questions you should be asking when you are, dating, courting, whatever. And then also this abuse thing that's going on. Google the signs. There's signs into if you come like Obika and Asem. I heard some lady saying, oh, I was listening to a program, but I didn't even finish it. When you start going out with a guy and the guy is like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. They are starting to exhibit controlling stuff, and then you think it's, oh, but he cares about you or something. No, no, no. Run, run, run. So we need to, like me, who did I get to be talking to me? My parents are different generation. What did Otima say? Sometimes these my young ladies, they'll come and tell me, oh, mom, you don't tell us this, you don't tell us that. And I look at them and I start laughing. I said, you are getting more out of me. Look, my parents did everything they could for me. I won't fault them. they gave you, as for the, you know, the putting you to school, providing for your needs, fine. But that a year of talking to you, directing you, they say, hey, that generation, you know. And so we are here now. You, whether you like it or not, you have to talk. So me, I'll talk to them.
Yeah, I remember back home in a village, out of nowhere, I don't know, um, out of nowhere, there was this lady that was tagged, she is a witch. So when she's
Oh.
passed by, everybody is, it's like she felt, I felt, back then, I felt like she felt lonely. She's so lonely, nobody is talking to her. So something just pushed me to say, to say. So I asked her to say, and then she didn't respond. And then she just looked at me and then I passed. So now, because she didn't respond, I have it in my head that, oh, is it true she's a witch? That is why she didn't respond. I just felt like nobody is talking to her. That's why I spoke with her. So
Yes.
why wouldn't she respond? So I think the next day, at some point, I met her again in another place, and then something. Then I was questioning myself: should I ask her to sign or not? So I passed by a little, then I turned back and said at a sign. And that day she said, this is the second time. We can one pray no. There will be some said the sign. I don't know, mind you, so because na me I am in one was say. Obi
Obi
and be
kasa me
some
ho.
said to sign. Unso will be some said to sign. And I was because me think so be and be some internet.
This is the thing, eh? This is the thing, like, you can say in our society, we have people who've been rejected and we need to reach out to them. So, be a label, no.
Just say,
Actually.
I and me, so I think say I have that thing in me. Normally I don't go for the normal one you think
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the dad, you know. I
Yeah.
always want to be the odd one. I don't know. It is not a rebellion or anything, but I think say why would it be a call left or some call left?
Exactly. You see? So when maybe some minister no kasa be because obi and be some no ubi some no wanwa. But you see, at me going, I'm thinking so because be I am pastor be for into no so but because obi and be some no na maybe some no. And since then, meaning that kind of friendship say
Interaction.
me share pair to send and so for me call na nitiaya kakraka. No, be at to needing DDH. Double December head.
Oh.
Sana no be a friend. And I felt it was wrong. Inti that crowd I'm a ben and be say. Ye fraud DDH. One pet, so one casa mempe. Catch ya almost say we did say, na yem friend with DDH. I think sir, I remained his only friend. I felt like I remained his only friend then.
Nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a yɛn community mu yɛyɛ a yɛnim nsunsuanso a ɛde brɛ nipa.
Thank you.
Na me I am one type bi a.
Obi a otie me was your video kakra yi so say yankyerɛ is not our culture. It wasn't my culture to ask her, say, main culture is to stand for yourself and don't allow people not to be calling you DDH. That is not our culture. And the teachers, and that thing I'm say your teachers back then, man pay attention to either they were not topic or anything. They say, oh, because some now so called report to teacher.
Onyahwe.
Onyahwe fa ho. Ofi some young colonna with dim agro. No mama neko into a whole lot of people took advantage of it. And soon so I saw na yegusu no internet no so na air corner.
Yeah. No conflict resolution skills.
Thank you.
No,
I'm
you don't
not
have
blaming
one.
anybody for the way they behave, but in terms of communication, we were not taught properly.
Sister Stella, you are on the money. Thank you. Very good point. Are you true? And you know, earlier on, Sage and Suputi comment be said they are atheists who are living, doing God's will, and they are loving their neighbors as themselves. And so we don't love people. And look at what we do to each other. Oh, anyway.
Na me ba beka say there are a lot of things that are happening in our community. You need conflict resolution, cry. You need
No.
akwala ewo school. Onu obi di agro obi aka kasafin bi ahwere na na say teacher nim say there and there no obe won class mo obi amfre ne sa ana say ana akwala bi kra ka brofo wanka ne yi na no aba abaye ayi me ba beka asim bi akere mo besere sa na we na misha no enana eraba bi ne ye mi na is misakakra be 9 years 10 years and up to date I nipa ko ne din. Now I'm sorry if you are listening to us, it wasn't our fault. That time na ye nim sister eraba ko saito and na ye ko preparatory school and na miss I say me auntie bi de ne ba ifra brochire bai enti ti say auntie ya de ne ba free Canada aba abrofo ase abrochirefo nkwala akola brofo ngwa na oka enti say ye kwa ne akofre Andrew ene Philomena ne akofre ne omudi agro ti sister yi de okosa ito yi odi Naomi Naomi ente brofo oduru opo say more the square kumeri just ni nwa keto na no ko yo onu sukwa kodi agro de fe no more the square kumeri. Let's go to mango as you kodi agro just say
oh
so brofo don't say enti anu aso oduru o introduce no ho more the square kumeri just say me and my brother kumeri. So let's go to mango as you kodi agro.
oh
Enti up to date your friend more the square kumeri.
oh
More the square say it was so bad so no akasa ma me cry friend more the square kumeri.
oh what
Nidi na obi no ejraye chese enye joke. This is not and na ye de YAA'S I say but those times akola ketwa onti brofo eno no na ayi mode square kumeri abe ni din from day one you know mode square kumeri ne maame a ode ne maame kura ntimi ankasa mu njai ma mo frɛ me ba ne sa me ba ne di Naomi why insist one ye de niam bi di agro.
yes you could have stopped it
too much.
We are petty too much.
And it has come back to bang. It has banged back to us. I bet affecting you one way or the other.
Sure. A whole nation, half of the mefans, some more stars who's a wine. Some riffraff will be at near defraud one. And Ghana is a big channel.
Yes.
I bet your pettiness just say as a rough just say how can a nation?
I want me tea and I'm saying and next so obey. This is what will happen. I'm not really too surprised because I then
and I'm like, so nobody, it didn't even occur to anybody say, UNICEF will say United Nations for most of them mama award. Award. Who me say, what have I done to go into their books? It didn't even occur to you?
No.
And nobody Obia Crank can say. Obia Crank can say
believe everything and everything.
Yeah, the BB agro. Yeah, the BB
apart from that, you believe the and try dance to what you munenie. Yeah, the BB without ask a question say then they happen here. They be
sister. Many women you me and say you be ask questions. It didn't be any influence under the sun.
Too known.
Too known.
Marriage atafo.
Too much.
What kind of names have I not received?
I say the man is working.
I know the fact I want to say now when no me I will not let it go. Me no we adwuma me mpre ma wo mo beto. Obra me anya wo mpra me mpre ma wo so me nufu. Just say kwasi ade bi wo ho me so so. But I will grow very well. My brain will work. My brain will take me to where
in trouble.
I will me brain na me wo. That is what I will use against you.
Alethea, police are in Chrome Hank. You better skin away to for some interview and some questions because you can't do that.
That's about now, Cranka police are chena masa
you can't do yeah find the crampos BB Hannah. I'm a ya pay way to cancel him and all that. So you came on and I'm ho. So it has come back to back. I bet affecting you one way or the other. And then since that's when I hear we. So you enjoy say I have nothing against Christianity. I am a Christian. I may not be the strong one as I'm supposed to be, but Meguso can say we have to start finding solutions to our problems rather than say you say if it was our generation.
Sister,
Yeah, yes, sir. Koso. Yeah,
that's an crap. She, what ya brochiro? Udu sika. Ama wabusu enibi. Wafa bi ana wo sister bi so nko si dan na bribi. Wanya ade ni yi. Instead say anka obetimi am ya che no na set example ama obi foforo no.
Yes.
Ube hu no anya Ghana fo na wabusuafo na na o maba. Jama nenka. We nso ye de en. We nso e hwan na wo afa dambo. Na nipa ko na di tika no afa ne ho adi free. Sa nkrofo kro na wutina brochire be 20 years no ansi dan ya. Oh, ja no e kwase ampani.
Yes.
Yeah, did you attempt?
It's
Now, Obi a wakwa brochire or here next door current me can't me down. Jan say, no, now, what can a brochire sicano, and move from the yes, sir. Ghana for wakoto and way move. Instead, say, Obi air bob catch and say, and West you over Ghana, and you know you or tram wabitum, no be abitum, no be abitum, no be abitum. Now, wait a better then, you crew no acronym.
A hard drink.
Ministers ministers ne you omo ya ban penifo abaso nyina obi atena brochire da omo akwa brochire school da they have benefited from your friend is saying your friend is saying scholarship schemes. Yeah, these very people abetena brochire hu development little things they could have done easily chrono bekoso. I remember typical examples. Streets are area mu abrochire ewa abrochire bia no enye mu local council for na hwe so Ghana minister Ben obeka kire me say o ma abrochire da omo nyina ba bia ba school omo ma bedi so nyina simple things like that they could have said say okay o man kura ni sika yama obi kura construct kwan ye da he ya na nsu ato ayi afa ye for 2 years ya fa ma Ghana ni apo na on nya no for 2 years yemfa to so now there 2 years oteneka wi a abeya aban ne dia sa simple thing we yentumi nyu e ba kofa Chinese na
sister wo wan kasa wesi wo fie na wa wo pesa wo di wo sika twa kwan tum no ke kra no bra wo bebre you wouldn't be able to do it. Wa wo pesa wo di wo sika because baby wo fie ne wo no wo si ekwan no me esi ni fie si krobi so kona bi me kwan na me kasa you or 4 people should know better say baby I will do fie ne no wo ya kwan no na say twemu a kwan no wo kwa de baba si no na wa ya toa so in that case I have kwan ne at least or see oye bia sa obenya
omonya because the oton asase no sese kura bia kwan ne da no kura wa ton asase na wo na akwa akotwa kwan ato ama na bese ne ma onye na woni dia wo se wotena se ehwe pepa ni mu kura hu se aha ye kwan na wanton am obi ano no kura na asase no waton di e wo ayi omo ma computerizing so waton di
Sheila unim ayi so unim Mark Mercier so 137 na join St. Albert no.
Yes.
Unim say St. Albert Street going to St. Albert. And you kind saying my doctor was in Albert. Into no say me person me for handy so I ma cover 137 no so just the jolly ride na me call. It's every be me go do hono mo me who say on the left side no almost starting here kwan bi ne niema bi na say I had the who say oh something is coming up. Actually no me share no there's a gas station. There's a fast food joint bi near you or what. That's how they do it. They start doing who say kwan bi kakra na oh something is coming. They do it Near the ecosisi adan no asan yakohwehwe I baby kwa wo ha de besi dan wo hokora no. There's no road leading to the house.
Because planning
Obey Frana, Ghana ni wo ompene wo ma wonye.
plan. It's not proper
One day any
planning.
PhD.
Money, yeah, it's true.
PhD no. E
Adra.
kwa kosom Ghana. Enti no ye adwuma wo AMA ansana oba. Ahanu guys obetna abrochire kakra no. Okodru no send position kosoro kakra. And he wanted to change because wabesua bribi.
He'll be frustrated.
Frustrated the crank crowd we fan say me so wabubu dem.
Oh,
Wabubu dem.
obi akoye ne ho adwuma.
It's not the only person I know. There is another one who also be any PhD. And SNET baby or no. He wanted to change said their pension scheme no. Omoye no. Just because when it o change ya. And ya me be babo ntena nya asem ketwa. Omo yinedi. Omo yinedi. The guy was frustrated. He had to come back.
It's not helping. It be anywhere. It be anywhere.
Just say, oh yes, say, sure. Women gender will say dear Ben time na no ye luta ewo hono NDC time previous government. Woman be what Scotland has say, my meaning my dear Mrs. Sando. He was almost fan as deputy dear Ben wo hono. My meaning the name Nothing the woman wanted to implement, they didn't allow. Why? Because fraudulent in the department and so no one penasa because of you Britain or you're strict or you're time conscious. There was some clock in just say Sanya man or the coy they didn't like it.
No, they won't like it.
Or allow them man sorry for modex so you do to say ube juma 9 to 5 no you have to be at work. He's on their people's neck to sign their documents and other thing. They didn't like it.
Yeah, they won't.
Mamini resign ye by okoye adwuma 2 years for resign. They frustrated the woman and
they sell land for gold mine other community as well. Mr. G.
Just say no. Honestly, a homecoming. A lot of people have passion to go back. But let me tell you, say meko na ye be frustrate me. Na mama this wa di hunu amamua. I don't have that
off here. Yeah. Then you are better off here. Then you are better off at where you are. It has to start from the beginning. Your sister and media young somewhere you young pamo MPP NDC amana kwaye you. Omo kahon na ya bedu pepe so ye di young pamo
at least we have problems so
problem will be now MPP ni NDC they will not go they say because Nkrofo are greedy and people don't want to change. Ghanaians
find a way to let them go.
They won't.
But no dear, me pacho, no dear, it's so bad, say. Who can be now you are giving objective views about one particular sector. Now the other people tell you so, or attack MPP. Yeah, and you know, people I insult fiesta because we attacking we can't think objectively anymore.
Exactly. If you're right, you are can be na say if this side now you say how now would you not say if this nice, but how can we move forward like this? And you were learned woman, you were on learned woman, so you just
Unim baby, so what year are we in? We are in the year 2020. And the Chrome say we have all these problems. It's very sad. Until when is anything going to change? It's very, very sad. Very disgraceful.
Obisa, we have a long way to go. We don't even have the way yet. Until we find the way, we will say we are going. We don't even have a way. Which one are we going?
Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, those saying now. Some of them had their independence a few years before or even after Ghana. Look at where they are. And yet and then
you now come back to this little things. Now young fan to claim. Then you now can affecting one way or the other. how to talk to each other, respecting each other's territory. Why should you ask me why or whatsoever? Why is it that if I'm not like you, I'm different? And not back to us. The only way is we transforming it, we changing it, we teaching the generation coming that it wasn't as it was. And then because we can't even give a compliment to each other. Since when did we learn how to give compliments? Your book was saying we should learn how to. We don't. We
it's
taught how
true.
to give
It's true. Look, Sheila, someone okay. Obroni who are, oh, that color looks lovely, or you know, say, Makwa, sorry that years ago, maybe I miss me call Obi shawana, ma she me lace, those days, no, my see my she me lace, me do ho, no, mammy, or no, I see, or no, na odi my temp say, mercury don't impire, bona miss missy, or be a wool bomb pie, Becca say heaven a bunch of suba, only be a mammy or share me now. Or share me or some now no boom and chasing or done me pon is real. Me to me, I don't behave like that. I am a childish. Into obiashe ni lazy ultima say we are not gracious people. Just say, oh hey, what are we for tell?
Me called Ghana a few years back. Now Obia Bonity, a 2 year me family, oh, very nice her. Oh yeah, wahi. There's a moment I make her nice her. The me that's a crab on it because young country no only I didn't blame her.
Sheila, me adumemu ya minam to going into the mall say lunch time. Underground, so downtown Canada, please me nantia through the mall. She told me I'm a core bank. I know you can winter time to me walking underground. Tia baby me who bibi girl be on any co-worker now. I'm saying I was going around bank bisa inside. And then it's ya me fe. Intimation it and say I like your hair. I feel trying and oh thank you. Now Nadam for no you know they are smiling. Maybe who am but your name sir. Obeka so the I am crossing.
No, the only time a Ghanaian, typical Ghanaian girl gets a compliment is from a boy who wants to say.
Yes.
So when you're a woman and you compliment her.
Oh, my dad hugged me, Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. G. My dad hugged me.
Oh, good, good.
My daddy didn't hug me, but
no,
my daddy did.
Mine never did.
My daddy did over and over and over. Yeah.
It's just that papa not here bruchire me boa.
Daddy. Me papa we are crying son na me too kwine. Nanti abrochire daddy.
When your papa na he was polished.
Me papa, me papa, or your father of a kind. Me papa hugging me over and over. Me papa carrying me. Me papa no stop and say, hey, don't come to my room again because you are growing up. Me son na or carry me no. Or who say me no? Say don't come to my room. I stay in your room. Not maintenance. I didn't know that development was coming. Into I have to. I was just there. At a point in time, I said, main baby, or say, no, you can't be naked when you're coming to my room anymore. That's one. He did all that. I give that to him. That was the kind of father I had. This time around, he never come. That crab, I'm saying, me home, and I'm a padasa. No, in a down for banner, or say, me no be upon us. See, you see, I told you not to be coming to my room right there. That was my wake up call not to go there again. So you see, we have a good ones among them. My daddy was one of them. Very much one of them.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are blessed. My father will pay school fees, he will buy you, maybe put me your fees ahead of time, but one PTA meeting that.
At my age, me say, because see, you have to smell yourself. And I come here. No matter how dressed I am, I'm smelling. If I'm good, I give it to him. Yes. He bought me, he made sure, and he have to take care of your teeth. A man taught me that. I wasn't blessed with a mother at that time, but I was blessed with a father who was there at that time. Yeah. So, he's not anyway.
But a lot of Ghanaian men didn't do that. A lot of Ghanaian men, and you can't blame them because their generation before them didn't do it.
Exactly.
They didn't know how to do it. Drew baby, there's a lot of things I could have asked my father and so not about Wukoi, ain't you know, me
You
opportunity no
couldn't,
this uncle monster I didn't know 1 year but me kakra me ya kama because me started adwuma no but that time no na me nya sa confident one sa Ghana for papa for na omo ba oti omo car no from baby and now the American that's the kind of father I have deterrent like just say or ba ni edem that kind of father ni bi na me wo so me ye kra na still na kra no call papa ho akobisa ni bibia like
true.
yeah,
Oh
but
no. Oh.
edru baby ana manyi a me ye adwuma so time ananka me to me papa anya sa conversation no ebisa no de nti a wanye say ade nti na wanye say no enso no na ono so awuko so what I say but me no a lot of things I do now na no na Akosia Williams ka bibi ochina se menya ochina metimi every mood na me wo mu no be ye Barbara video na I will tell Ghanaians a lot of things
Please do.
because me a lot of the way polished I am that people see enya me maame na de maame me maame no watu kwan me nya mani fie di no me maame no wa abrochire enti no na me papa net na papa so na me stepmother net I didn't get a motherly love me nya bi me papa so kra so ye kai say ukra usu
No ba wo dwane.
me enya stepmother ba ko nya stepmother mienu so as polished as you see me now somebody who is not blood related obi a minimum no I and then 3 days my akosia video na meni ho akire me ni baby manya ayi ni bi enti
Me
my
o
own
mami su ye ma catch the sama na mo nye me
sister
de mami su
okanya ma
sabe.
mienu bi a and I that is where I recognize the connection between me and me and Akosia have a very good friendship. Apart from the muhu or Facebook on the back door, your friend, your home, sometimes be chair me so I miss Akosia to you. No, yeah, abna to boase. Now we have that good rapport going on. Now I think I'm better why she gets me and I get her. You know what? Some of the things we've been through is similar. Some of the
We have
traits
things
in
in
us
common.
is similar. Baby, that is how life has brought us. And sometimes in maybe yes, nobody gave it to me, but a woman that I went to his home, Neba, I dated her son. Up to date, I'm in a relationship. Me kofi
And
ona
you
me
even married a son.
me kofi ona me hwese de papa no eye ne mana, and that is the kind of spectacle and I say new one me de worry.
Why didn't you marry the son?
Oh, me and the son didn't work. And you say up to date to Grammy Krukra Casasem, no said the minimum amenity no, any family nity no, they be a mikrubisa say, I didn't na young worry. And it's one of the few people who are Mikrubeka say, said the only family year close, it means me jad about bear man and mamma or them. When we say, baby, I'm in a dream, meaning a very good relationship, but they be one of the things that one of the exa misro se mi jamu mi enu or because you have good connections and more good rapport no. And it's true. So just that I don't think so I can bring myself as this is will be human nakedness anyway. Bium. But waware ne ba no because the ba ya ma yen to me ne ba na ware no was for me say akwantu me ba akwantu mo foforo na nkrata asem ne a whole lot of things so your relationship ne breaky ye yan shedant na se breaky but minyi ye be come anim as time goes on I need to actually put a boundary. You worry me kunu me yes I have to put a boundary and lucky thank God also said they are very polished and very polite people. The way the woman has brought her son up to he made life easy for me. It didn't work, but we sat down and we said no. And yeah, everybody moved on. Tinebana worry and Minsuma worry. But the American say when I went to their home, the way anane papa treating a man, papa no kind of prototype said ye or fie the way on any yire kasa, it was that kind of man I wanted to marry. They be another catch him say, "Na ne papa wouldn't be a different Mr. Lee, a guy named man if you the fear for papa ne fear for the friend." Today be not catching the man and say, "My girlfriend is coming." Na papa ne treating me very well. Na ne yire no. Oh, Auntie Susie. Oh, thank God for that woman. The woman was polished. Now uko fie ho. Na said maame ne 7 for. Uko fie ho kra said maame ne be yew as ne ba girlfriend. Your be yew said your be kro. And the way they talk, the way a papa nti me friend and man homework no do omote me, I didn't get a father like that. So I begin to appreciate it. And I ask question, papa na catch me say, "So wo ye my daughter-in-law, I'll be very proud."
Wow.
The biana me kwa papa ne say, "Your presence alone, Rachel, se me na me wo wa, I'll be very proud." Na papa ne catch me. No catch also papa ne ka say, "I know you'll be great." Mean to me from sense so, but all you need is just a push. The man is the reason why I started reading foreign newspapers. Obra na mete Ghana. Na ne baby di bi breno. Na de bia me kwa I was interested in se me kona me fa. Ebi wo ho so meridi you can take it along. Na me kwa na me de abrene wo mu a storm there is this book Stormy or something and I've forgotten the title. The power of a praying woman.
Stormy Martian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That is the first book the man gave, not the wife, not a ready. Into me kosrao. To me call you down, I'm fine, I'm shay. See, you know, so I can't 2 pages be pen if you want to read it. And I'm say they made me enjoy to read. If you how could feel na papa and mama say the Ghana, me walk Ghana be book club. Na me TV the almost feel I'm got na me TV that.
really?
But I learn. I'm the type say bibi wo wa manage ho I learn very quickly. If it's good, me wo way to say auntie ya said you any review no. Eye me fe.
Yeah.
And me besua na me ne me bad girls na ye.
Okay, you have who said before you realize now community there is a book club because me have joined book club in my communities over and over and over. Until before you community when they say there is a creative book club online or somewhere I'll bet me
Yes.
join. They will bring the book, you read it together and all that.
I think say Mary or is it Maria now Blessed Franklina? And then mommy who say book club. Into me local library, me who saw mu be near they different types.
Yeah.
But
media Ghana they're from the school no yeah yen share the name maths no almost yeah they ye pay book me I follow
Me na me pay reading.
but when it comes to something I'm reading or writing, oh, you get my attention. So
me maths and share that I will follow those that are reading. Then I'll I'll volunteer, do my maths for me, and I'll bring the book. So up to this, I'm tagged as the librarian, and I love librarians. I will I gather books
but
and bring.
Papa
Read, I will protect the books. Yeah.
Papa ne boame. And I remember say one of the deep conversation one time the man had with me was listen, even if your relationship with my son even doesn't work, trust me, you go far. I don't know, but that words that the man keep telling me when I go there, he was encouraging me. On any ring now, when you say, on any ring now, the Biana me come say, I don't know, but they were a blessing at that time because you know what? I didn't have a mother or a father figure, but they took me as their own and they imprinted something in me. They actually boost my confidence. And yes, say they look at me as a project. No, they never did that. But rather, say me up to date, as I was beginning to discover myself too, there was a point in my life. Now, person who say, inti me kura me wo why pana said ye me penny pass me be do me sa. When I was discovering myself, they were the only people. They were the only people until there be me worry me kunu free because or no nka ho. But na me pobia outside the box and me wo hwe wan pa na enim me know the real me. But I realize, say, my own mom doesn't know me because me nantana. Me papa they were my stepmothers, even though they were living with, they didn't know me. Omo who out to even handle me. They see me as me harding. My only one of my stepmothers no cry there. Me fabuku cry na me rotate no. Why? Because I don't know, so I bring some devil in her. I don't know. And then obi ada. Inti me share light no. I'm not bothered. Now my papa will touch be. Inti ye do light na me de yina hata me ho because I need to catch up with homework. Me nantem but still just a man so that because me who say me sua dia. That is the weapon I had against say me so me rebellion no. So long as me chasing a man and the best no, that was what I could do. And that pushes me. Me kai say, if you were me kwa na ye me, na nipa me kana say me. Me kwa papa no say me aweni. You know, ebeye ye. Even though as at that time I was not sexually involved with the son. I go there as my boyfriend, that time in Kuala, boyfriend, girlfriend. Na ne bane emfa ne nsan kan me da. But na me koho the joy in their home. I want na me person me sua nti I ask questions. Now apana catch them and kofa be mo te ne nsabo but no ka no the toma adwene mu because you know what baby na me free na ye bro me. Papa ni hu say I was being abused. My stepmother ne bro me and the woman was damaging me. So papa na say I wish I could adopt you because you're a brilliant girl.
Meaning the okay. You can, meaning to those of you that are watching, meaning this message goes to everybody that you can also reach out to someone who you think needs that help. And all those help necessary doesn't have to come from your own families, but at the same time, other people out there that you can associate. Those that are willing to give, be willing to accept it. Don't take it as my parents didn't give me, so that is it. If others are there and they can give you, then accept it and take it. Right?
Be something to somebody out there.
Thank you, Auntie Awo. Thank
so
you.
like there's a 23 degrees turn on my thinking the way I feel na me hu wiase because at that time no na and there was so many but a chia me na hu say because papa no enso no na wako school now no atena UK so dani ade no he had a bit of psychology. I think say he could see me as a child who was actually being more treated from far off. Somebody who is well educated na on a year no. I thought said they saw some who say me befie hwa I say menije. That is where my solace is. So they took their time to teach me a lot of things. A lot of things and a lot of things that I do. And the reason why my mindset is different from typical Ghanaian women, that is how I got it. And I also opened myself. I was very because not what I was seeing in their home, no, that is what I want as Sanka. I had a teachable spirit. Very quickly. Very quickly. I have to learn very fast. Situation be wo mu a wukomu a wo se wunyi ntem enne na me hwe be 3 days ni Barbara ni kunu asemi sometimes e bi wo hwa obete se yesi oba bi de sekan wo ni kunu ana wa ye biribi a is because some of us we are being damaged from the head. Our backgrounds as damaged us. Enti kakra bi asabrabo ne kosoro no bi trigger it mean ma biribi a conflict even though say sometimes no ye nwi nkwa akire no wo behwe mu na biribi a trigger biribi de enti a anadwi ma asem awa nyina ne se odofo emna etobu wo se ye pini ansa na ye nyade ye pe no anade ye pe no abamu no. Sometimes if you are going through certain things wadwene e de wo nante baby. Now depending how traumatized you've been before no bibi betumi asi I got nothing to do with what is happening at the present but unim e ba akoka bribi a asi atwam ama wan ya beye bribi a Ah,
Hmm.
the American say biribi kɔ so na utie yɛn a ɛnɛ yɛka about endurance yi sɛ ɛyɛ hwe ɛno nka ho yɛka about endurance yi ɛma obi mmoro na nka sɛ ha na endure yɛ wabɛte nkyerɛkyerɛ wɔ ha sɛ endurance
Yes,
kanyame so
endure.
enti wobɛ endure no live
And
so that
run,
you are alive
live and
because you
live.
know what deɛ da yɛnim na dɔɔso 27-year-old twa ne nkwa na so this one is not from God we mfiri nyame don't
Thank
endure
you.
you are not there to share. Love is not say me endure won kwasi yasem o there be o yade yakona kosa ho yade san kire
I
kire
like
na
the way you
oh
put it.
yes
Auntie, with this topic, we will come back.
oh yes
It's my time to really go now.
yeah
Thank you
Yeah,
so
quite.
much for
We'll
joining
also
us.
go through. Okay. Thank you,
For
Joe.
those of us that took your time to listen to us, we appreciate all of you.
Yes.
God bless
Let's all take it one way or the other. Courage and endurance
Yes.
is part of life. Sister Amma will say it's a storm, and when it comes giddy giddy, we just have to find a way to come across it. And
Meet it.
once the
Yes.
storm is healed, we have to find a way to listen. Thank you, everybody, and I will call it off here.
Okay.
oh we
Thank
are
you.
also even going to
Thank
sign
you.
off
Bye.
it's
Yes.
almost
Well,
2 a.m. in
I'll let.
UK
Yeah.
so I also sign off
Thank
as
you.
well and
Okay.
then we'll
Thank you,
meet
ladies, for joining us. I will. Nyamisha will be brave. Thank you so much. We're bringing our program to an end. I thank you for joining us tonight. It's been an extensive discussion on Hannah, endurance and pain. Again, the book is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. Get your copies on Amazon, Freezing Press, Barnes and Nobles, and Google Books. We'll be back next week with another topic. Have a blessed week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.